Check, check.
Test, 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 test.
Broadcasting live from Altamont, Kansas, upon the footprint of Labette County High School, home of your Labette County Grizzlies. Welcome into tonight's broadcast, Grizzly Nation. My name is Jack Leeke III, joined alongside my dad, Jack Leeke Jr., Labette County. Tonight going to be in all-black uniforms and a red helmet. Looks real purty as they walk across the railroad tracks just to the north of Lucas Field. Labette County comes into tonight's contest looking to stay perfect on the very young season in which they captured their first victory in their first game last week up north against rival Parsons by a score 26 to 6. Dad will go ahead and jump into tonight's Tank Connection pregame show 7 minutes until kickoff. Labette County on a very, very cool and rainy September night. Very different weather tonight this week. But anyways, last week, with the conditions, I would say looked pretty sharp, especially in that first half.
Yeah, I thought so too. I was impressed, of course, with our energy, our senior leadership, which, you know, doesn't surprise us. Most of those seniors have played 4 years, freshman, sophomore, junior, and now their senior year. So we looked for that to happen, and it sure did. Some real good balance on offense, running the ball inside, outside. Aaron Wyrick airing it out, making some good throws. A few where timing was just a little off. That's expected. But also, honestly, the offensive and defensive lines, to me, really impressed me. Defensive line penetrated. Michael Reed stands out. Of course, they all played well, but he had an amazing game. And the offensive line I thought did a great job as well. So, yeah, it was a really good a really good opener.
And this is a Labette County team that had maybe the best running back in the state last year and a little bit injured coming into this year. And so remains kind of to be seen what Jamal Jackson's future maybe looks like this season. But you look at the stat sheet from last week, Deontay Fields, the junior, who played corner for us last year and is a really good cornerback, 13 carries for 79 yards. And it felt like it was more of a committee approach from running the ball last week from Coach Argerbright. Nolan Nash got a couple carries. Kagan Bates ran it 6 times. But you look, Deontay Fields had the most carries by more than double and ran for 80 yards. And it was a quiet 80 yards, but man, I agree with you. Go back to that offensive line, and Deontay Fields did a nice job hitting those gaps last week. Labette County runs through the tunnel with the smoke, a new addition this year. It looks really neat down there on the field. Again, they're in those black uniforms, red helmets, and the front two guys for us, Michael Reed and Bryson Dickens, carrying American flags onto the field for the home opener of the 2025 football season. Speaking of that young man, Michael Reed was outstanding last week, and we can't wait to talk a little bit more about his performance and Labette County's defense in general, holding Parsons to just 6 points last week. We'll get into that here in 3 minutes after the national anthem on KLKC.
This will be under the direction
Welcome back in, Grizzly fans. Coin toss just took place here at Lucas Field in Altamont, Kansas. Labette County 1-0, taking on Winfield 0-1. The Vikings last week lost in kind of a rainy night. They're up north. They lost to Ark City 7-6. And this is a Winfield Vikings team that we have been not able to hang with. Last year, we went up to their place and lost 38-15, just outsized, outmatched. Can usually hang with them for a half, and then it kind of goes away, get overwhelmed in that second half. But as we're going to reference a lot this year, we finally have the juniors. We finally have the seniors. As we've had about the same team the last 4 years, the kids have just finally gotten older.
Yeah, you can for sure say that. Yeah, we're in essence the same team we were last year, only stronger and faster, and more, with more confidence. And I'm sure Winfield graduated some kids. So, hey, it'll be a good game. Winfield's a classy town and school. They have a lot of pride. So those kids, step up each year and expect to play hard. So this will be a good ball game, but one that the Grizzlies can for sure compete with and win.
The captains tonight for Labette County were Kagan Bates, Barrett Heston, Tayton Claiborne, who led us in tackles last week, and Michael Reed, who was second with 7 tackles last week. Him and Tayton combined for 20 defensive tackles, did Michael and Tayton Claiborne. And so those 4 flipped the coin, or rather selected what side we wanted, and we deferred to the second half. So Winfield will receive to start tonight's game here in Altamont. Set to kick it right to left is Nolan Nash, and he's going to slowly walk up to the pigskin, now pick up pace and let it rip with his right foot, and it's going to go all the way, take one hop at the 5 into the Vikings end zone. And so the Labette County defense will get to start tonight's contest.
I noticed something Winfield did there. I think they did their homework. They had their entire back 3 players and middle 3 players 10 yards crowded forward. Last week, the Grizzlies kept pooch kicking it to the interior backs, so the deep backs didn't get it. So it looked like the Vikings tonight were trying to put their better receivers where that pooch would go, and then Nolan kicked it 10 yards over their head. So that was a good kick.
This Labette County defense last week held the Vikings of Parsons to just 6 points through all 4 quarters and held them scoreless through one half. And now they face a different group of Vikings from Winfield, Kansas, that are looking to rebound from perhaps maybe not the season in which they wish they would have had. They did go 6-4, though, just didn't penetrate as deep into the playoffs as they might have wished. Vikings in white uniforms, Labette County in black, and a whistle before the start of the first play for Winfield tonight, and it's going to be a legal formation on the Vikings. Kellen Gibson, the 6-foot-tall, buck 80-pound quarterback for the Vikings, is going to be under center tonight. They do have a few really nice skilled players. One of their captains tonight was number 18, Carson Andes. He's a 6'1", 190-pound senior. So they have skilled players. He's lined up as the tight end here to the right of Gibson, whom is under center, takes the snap, and it's an inside give to Dane Chatham. And he's a junior, and he's been their running back ever since I can remember. Chatham, a really nice, stockier running back for the Vikings.
Looks like we did a good job interior there, plugged up the hole. Linebacker stayed tight and read the reads, and did a good job. Actually, that was a loss for 3 yards. So very well played by our defensive line and linebackers on that first dive play.
2nd and 14 for Winfield, as they are headed up by a former collegiate coach, Monty Lewis. Here's a little flip play to Chatham to the left, and he'll try to gain a couple, and he might succeed in that area. However, it will be 3rd and about 11 for Winfield. 11 minutes to play, opening quarter, if you're just joining us. Something that was interesting after that first play from Winfield, and here they do it again. Both plays tonight for Winfield, Coach Lewis has subbed in 4 guys. 4 guys in, 4 guys out. Kind of interesting.
Yeah, just have to, as the game goes on, kind of see if they're subbing in a different package of receivers. Looks like they are here. They got trips right.
Gibson, They're going to have to throw it on 3rd and 11. He'll roll out right, pressured in the face, flips it. It's caught by Tag. No, incomplete, in and out of the hands of the sophomore Eli Tag. And it's 4th and 11 for Winfield, and they will punt it away left to right.
Yeah, what a great series. I think he heard footsteps. Barrett Heston was coming downhill to clock him. As soon as he caught it, that ball came out awfully quickly. So that's an awfully good opening statement there by our defense.
Kellen Gibson, I think that's Gibson, their quarterback, is set to punt it for the Vikings. It is, and he'll have a nice one that hedges towards the Vikings sideline, takes one bounce, and goes out of bounds near the Labette County 46-yard line. So quarterback Aaron Wyrick, the junior for Labette County, last week up in Parsons went 6 for 16 for 86 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Playing in a little bit different conditions tonight, a little more friendly for the air game.
Yeah, I think so too. I thought he played a really good game. I saw him in the hallways yesterday, and he was kind of beating himself up on some of the passes, but the ball was well thrown. So much of it is just timing and game speed. So every game that'll get better and better between him and his receivers.
Claiborne and Fields behind Wyrick, who's under center. Only one wide receiver out left. It's a run to Fields up the left side. Sheds a tackle, gets into the shallow secondary. First down, Grizzlies on play number 1, Deontay Fields.
Well, I tell you, that's what I thought he did so well last week. He's such a fast player. You have to respect him on the edge, but gosh, he runs inside. He's a gasher. His legs keep churning. That O-line's moving. What a great way to start this offensive series here.
10-12 first quarter. Labette County, home black uniforms. Winfield, road whites. No discrepancy here between uniforms. Easily can tell the difference. A warm September night, unlike last week. A run up the middle to Kagan Bates, and what felt like maybe was stuffed still gained a healthy 4.5 yards. 2nd and 6, Labette County inside the Vikings 40.
Yeah, what a great play when you can hand the ball off just kind of on the inside give like that, pick up 4. Why change anything? Maybe here in a minute he'll do a play action little dump pass, but boy, when you can win at the line of scrimmage and move the ball like this, the run game's the way to go.
As just kind of looking in between plays at the Winfield defensive line and Labette County's offensive line, I can tell you right now who has the physical advantage, and that's your Grizzlies. Wyrick under center, play action, roll out to the right, flip pass behind the receiver, incomplete, looking for Barrett Heston, his favorite target last week. I believe that's Barrett. Yeah, that's Barrett. Last week, Barrett Heston caught 3 passes for 39 yards and had a touchdown catch from Wyrick. And after that incompletion to the senior, Heston brings up 3rd down and 6 with about 9 minutes to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, I like that call, that little play action boot. He just didn't quite get his shoulder square, and the ball was thrown a little off, so that keeps the defense honest.
3rd and 6, we'll see if Labette County goes run or pass. They go run. Fields has space. Going to get the first across the 30, inside the 25, cuts it in. Open field. Deontay Fields into the end zone. No penalties. Touchdown, Labette County.
Boy, that was set up well, and I could tell he broke containment. It was just him and green grass, and someone, I couldn't tell, it's too far off, made a really good block out front without clipping, so that was well done.
6-0 Labette County. 1 score, 1 drive. Pretty efficient for Coach Argabright's offense there. Getting hits on the helmet and high fives is the junior quarterback, Aaron Wyrick. Really nice looking drive on the ground there for Deontay Fields, who caps it off with a touchdown run of about 35 yards. Nolan Nash on for the extra point try. It's down, up, and it is good. Well done, Labette County's offense there. Coach Argabright clinches his fist, high fives his offensive guys, and that's a pretty good timeout to take with Labette County on a scoring drive. 7-0 Grizzlies, 9 minutes to play first quarter. Back in 1 minute on KLKC.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for meds to beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
Set to kick it off for the Grizzlies. A perfect opening drive for head coach Bradley Argabright's team here. This kick is going to be fielded and returned by Evan Hutto. Hit around the ankles twice, and the second one's perfect. Kagan Bates chops the trunk out from underneath the tree, and it'll be 1st and 10 Winfield at their own 30.
I don't know how Kagan Bates appears in every situation, but he does. So that was good pursuit. Everyone stayed in their lanes coming down. Then when the ball crosses your parallel, then you can release and go to it. So that was just really good pursuit there. Good tackle.
Labette County forced a 3-and-out on their first defensive drive, or defensive stand rather, just moments ago. And then the Labette County offense was perfect, moving right to left down the field. We'll see what they can do here defensively. Hand off to the right side, goes to Chatham again, and nothing. A gain of maybe 2 for the junior. Multiple Grizzlies there on the effort. Barrett Heston getting high fives alongside Tayton Claiborne, as well as Mason Hoppus, who's a fine player.
Yeah, that's right. Mason's such a strong kid and such a disciplined. Actually, all our kids are. This is a real bright, intelligent, high IQ football team. So a lot of energy right now, so a big second down here.
2nd down and 8 for Winfield. Michael Reed right in front of the center. He was great last week. It's an empty backfield for Gibson. He'll flip it left. It's tipped twice and intercepted. I believe it was. You betcha. They're going to give it to him. Kagan Bates with the collection and the tip. I'm going to have to look at the replay at who tipped it, as it happened so quickly for Labette County. And that reminded me of Wyatt Kepley's interception last week.
Yeah.
And Kagan Bates is going to get to dunk the football. Well, he missed it, actually, as the Labette County team down there on the sideline has a turnover trash can or something like that.
I like it.
And Kagan Bates tried to dunk the football in it, and let's just say he made it for the radio crew.
Yeah, they'll have fun harassing him here next week for that. But that's that old tip drill, they work on in practice, so had his eyes ready for that. So, and I noticed Michael Reed's getting doubled, by the way. So the fact that he's getting doubled actually frees up one of our other linemen to penetrate, so he's being effective even there.
Wyrick back to pass. It's a deep shot down the seam. Nolan Nash high points the football, stays on his feet, turns the legs. Is he going to be pushed in? No. Down at the 2-yard line. What a pitch, what a catch. Wyrick to Nash.
Boy, Nash really did go up and get that. He's so athletic. Aaron threw a good pass. It floated just a little on him, I think, but it was right where it needed to be. And, yeah, Nolan Nash went up and got after it and then made another 4 or 5 yards just for effort.
Number 6, Eli Tagg.
We looked back at the replay on who, it was the defensive end for Labette County that tipped the pass. Wyatt Kepley, who intercepted the pass last week at Parsons, was just there to credit for Kagan Bates' interception. So Wyatt Kepley with the great hands to force a turnover. Labette County threatening to go up 2 scores. Michael Reed on the ground, and he'll punch it in. That package that Coach Argabright likes to throw in there. Michael Reed got a rushing touchdown last week and another one tonight.
Yeah, that's just fun. I mean, it's an effective play. But, I mean, the kids all love seeing that mix-up like that, putting a big, strong lineman in there and just really generates more electricity on the sidelines and on the field. So, boy, right now the Grizzlies have things going their way.
I would say so. Is this is a team that really, at least in my radio career, I don't think we've ever beaten them. And I know we haven't contracted them to play them for that many years. As this time the extra point's blocked, and Winfield catches it out of the air, and the refs are going to blow it dead. As all other levels of football, you can return that for 2 or 3 points. I don't remember what it is, but they're going to blow it dead after the extra point was blocked. So the score is halted at Labette County 13, Winfield 0. Wyatt Kepley tipped a pass. Kagan Bates intercepted it. Wyrick hit Nash about a 35-yard pass, and Michael Reed punched it in. 13-0 Good Guys back in a minute on KLKC.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
Labette County leads Winfield 13-0 with 7 minutes to play in the first quarter. And Labette County's special teams unit is all over it again. Dane Chatham, their running back, on the return, brought down at the 25. Labette County is playing really well. Logan Jenkins on the tackle there for the Grizzlies. Multiple guys making multiple plays.
I'm telling you, it's contagious. When teams start hitting and getting some excitement, you can just see the buzz in every aspect. Every 11 player on that kickoff was flying to the ball, so just need to maintain this energy here.
1st and 10, Winfield looking for some sort of life, and they're not going to get it on this play. Hit in the belt and dropped firmly is the back, Spencer Lowe, and he was brought down by Tayton Claiborne. He had 13 tackles, solo or assisted, last week at Parsons.
Yeah, he's quick, and on that particular play, there's a couple other players that penetrated and kind of threw that entire play kind of out of kelter. So, again, boy, just good effort all the way across the board there. And
even if Winfield is down, I mean, I don't think that should be the topic of discussion as much as Labette County is much improved, force to be reckoned with. And on top of all of that, what it creates is the expectation to win, which is something that had fizzled out here at Labette County football for a while. Gibson with the football. The quarterback's going to keep it, tuck it, run it. First down Winfield, their first of the game, out past the 40. If they spot it there, well, maybe he stepped out of bounds at the 36. So Labette County granted about 5 yards there because Gibson stepped out of bounds across the 35, but that's their first down of the game.
Yeah, that was a nice run there by the quarterback. It looks like we kind of let them break containment. Of course, our D-backs were dropping back, so we didn't realize really for 3 or 4 yards that he was running. So that was a good play there by Winfield.
6 minutes, 10 seconds, first quarter. Gibson under center as they're kind of running the T formation, as we have a legal procedure on Winfield. As what they're running, Dad, is what you identified last week that Labette County was running offensively as a T formation. Gibson's under center and has 3 backs behind him, left to right, stacked like dominoes.
Yeah, and a lot of teams probably call it what they want, different sets, but I guess I've always known that as a T set. There's a pro set, there's an I, a full I, there's single set. So, but yeah, that's right. They're running real similar to what we ran a lot last week. Here comes that trips right, so we'll see what they're going to do out of this.
An empty backfield for Gibson at the moment. Man in motion is Hutto. It's a quarterback keep for Gibson up the middle, gets the original line of scrimmage and more out to the 40. So Winfield getting their legs under them a little bit, and by legs, I mean their quarterback's legs, Kellen Gibson, as he is to thank for their positive offensive gains here, 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, that play was well designed. They had trips right, and then they put a back in motion to the right to really overload that side. And, of course, the Grizzlies shifted, and then he ran basically a draw. So that's a good play.
And Aaron Wyrick was assisting there on the tackle. And I'll tell you, who impressed me more than anybody defensively last week was Aaron Wyrick, our quarterback. What a good defensive end linebacker kind of he is. Here's a jet sweep pitch to Warford, the back for Winfield, and another 1st down to midfield for the team in white. That's the Winfield Vikings. Dason Warford, the 5'8 senior running back, or wide receiver rather, for Winfield. Hobbles off the field. Looks like he got hurt on the tackle a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. I talked a little bit about this last week. You can slowly feel Winfield getting a little energy here. A little bit that I think we can type thing. So the Grizzlies here really need to stamp this out. Let's shut this down and have them punt or, turn the ball over here.
Really good turnout, as always, from Labette County fans here at the home opener at Lucas Field. Inside handoff goes to Lowe. He'll plow ahead more, gain about 5. Host of Grizzlies in there on the effort. Barrett Heston got up from the scrum.
6 yards. I think it's going to make it about 5. 2nd and 5. Nolan Nash with that tackle for the Grizzlies.
Nolan Nash in there on the tackle as well. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left in the first quarter. The safeties for Labette County are Heston and Bates. Playing cornerback is Deontay Fields on the near side. And up the middle they go one more time, and that is swallowed. Nothing into the arms of Michael Reed, and they get lulled to sleep. Tayton Claiborne in there to finish it off as well. The handoff up the middle went to Emerson. And so it's 3rd down and 7 for Winfield. 4 minutes first quarter.
Yeah, that was a big play there. Went from 2nd and 5 to 3rd and 7. So just one more play here. Let's keep them at the line of the gain, or even back them up some here and put it in 4th and long.
Big 3rd and 7 after Winfield has picked up their only 2 downs of the game. Labette County up 13-0. Michael Reed pressuring Gibson from all angles. He'll stay on his feet, the quarterback, roll out left. Flicking up grass by his cleats, gets the 1st down and more. Up the sideline, did he step out? I don't hear whistles. Gibson is going to walk into the end zone. I don't hear a whistle, and I don't see a flag. Touchdown Winfield. That kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, we all overcommitted when he was sprinting out right. He cut back and just really, he's a fine runner. He kind of juked inside, and we caved, and then he just took it down the sideline. He's just too quick. Someone has to contain the edge on him.
So that makes the score 13-6. Winfield needed that badly. Goes down as about a 45-yard touchdown run for quarterback Kellen Gibson. And this extra point is far too low, blocked, deflected, whatever you want to say. Hit a brick wall of black jerseys. And the score is Labette County 13, Winfield 6. A big response from the Vikings. Labette County was threatening to go up by quite a few here in the opening quarter in the home opener. Back in 1 minute, this is Labette County Grizzly football on KLKC.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Krause in the House gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at klkcradio.com.
Discover what you've been missing in Parsons, Kansas. Curious Minds Discovery Zone, a children's museum that inspires a love of learning, with hands-on exhibits for all ages to imagine, create, learn, and discover. Kids enjoy looking through microscopes, building on our magnetic ball run wall, creative play in our doctor's office or grocery store, and lots more. Discover, explore, Parsons, Kansas.
Senior quarterback Kellen Gibson for the Vikings averaged 30 yards rushing per game last year.
Back for Labette County.
And mind you, he's their quarterback, and tonight he has, well over 30 yards on that rushing touchdown alone. Here's the kickoff and return. Nolan Nash is going to be hit high around the chest and brought down by Evan Hutto from Winfield. And so Labette County, after giving up a long rushing touchdown to Kellen Gibson for Winfield, is now pinned inside their own 20 by just a couple yards.
Yeah, that was a nice kick by their kicker. It was high and pretty deep. So, and I tell you what, we might have to do with their quarterback is just put one of our players, kind of just commit him to man. You follow the quarterback and then run your defense. Right now it seems like everything's going, that offense is basing off him. Everything else is a decoy.
Certainly does feel that way. Deontay Fields had a nice ground game last week and has a rushing touchdown here tonight for Labette County. Gets the carry up the middle here, hit hard and dropped, loss of 2. Now Winfield looking to throw back a couple sucker punches towards our direction. Captain for them tonight, Braden Sutton, the senior, on the tackle.
Yeah, it's just funny, you know, Winfield gets something that goes their way and they get a little pep in their step, and now it looks like 2 different teams out there. So Labette County needs to respond here and kind of regain that momentum. So, you know, it starts from the line and moves back, and everyone does their job. So we need a good possession here and a first down.
Labette County 13, Winfield 6. 2:40 until the end of the first quarter. Wyrick under center. Might have muffed the snap, but collected it, handed it off to Fields, and there's not much going for the junior back. 3rd down and 12 for Labette County's offense now.
Yep, tried a little off tackle. Looked like maybe a little counter there. I couldn't tell, but I do think the snap fumbled just a little bit, kind of threw the timing off. So we'll see what Coach Argerbright dials up here, if he just tries to run it again since we're down there in the 20, or if he tries a little play action or what he's thinking. So we'll see what the Grizzlies do here.
Longtime assistant, now head coach this season for Labette County, Bradley Argerbright. Nice showing last week at Parsons. And off to a good start here tonight, looking to start 2-0 for the first time in a very long time. Aaron Wyrick has somebody open. Nash brings it in across the 25 and is thrown to the ground out of bounds at the 30. First down, Labette County. I started to speak a little early because I could tell Nolan was going to be open from my angle, and Wyrick put it right in the breadbasket.
Boy, he sure did, and that's throwing to his right-handed quarterback, throwing back against to his left, and the back's running an out route. That's a hard lead there to throw. That's a long throw, even though it only brought the ball up 12 to 13 yards. A good pass. Good catch, too, actually.
Minute 45, first quarter. On 3rd and 12, pinned deep inside your own 20. Winfield has momentum, and what do? You get the first down. 1st and 10 run. Deontay Fields holds the ball with both hands and gains a yard out to the 35. A few Vikings in there on the effort.
I like the play calling. I can tell Coach Argerbright wants to. I mean, if you can be an effective run team, why complicate it? And I think you mentioned this last week. If you can run the ball on them, then you can throw the ball much easier on them. It's when you have to throw every time that it becomes difficult. So I like the idea that we keep kind of pounding away at it, and we'll break one open here soon.
1 minute until the end of the first quarter. T formation for Labette County. Wyrick is going to hand off to Kagan Bates, tries to hit the edge, and is brought down after a gain of 1. So 3rd down and 7. A few Vikings in there on the tackle. Elijah Bergenson and Carson Andes, a couple of the Vikings in there on the tackle. Stops the clock at 57 seconds, opening quarter. 19 combined points scored by both these teams in the first quarter of play.
That play, there just wasn't any room. We started on the left hash mark and then ran kind of a sweep to this side. And Winfield did a good job of just kind of maintaining containment and just letting the ball go out of bounds. So, yeah, 3rd and 6 here, 3rd and 7.
Ball on the left hash, 4 receivers, 2 left, 2 right. Check down Fields. Fields gets the first down and a little bit more out to midfield, just shy. Wyrick was pressured from his backside, felt it coming, and sniffed it out to Fields, who got the first down.
See, I like that because that's called a flood route in a lot of offenses where you use your back out in the flat. You have your receivers just fly and take the corners and safeties with them. That leaves a linebacker who's supposed to cover that back out of the backfield, and they can never do it very well. So, yeah, that's a great play and a good pickup.
First down and 10, Labette County. They do give Fields kind of that extra yard out to midfield. Ball on the right hash. Grizzlies working south to north, my right to left. Another pass play. Aaron has to, oh, he's not going to get rid of it. Takes the sack out to our own 40. Loss of 10 on the play. That was his best option, to be honest. Not much going there.
It was. He could never get squared back up to like throw it away. And if you throw it up in the air and they intercept it, you don't want to do that. So that's just a tough one there. Winfield had good penetration on us.
And that'll end the first quarter here in Altamont. Labette County 13, Winfield 6. It'll be second down and 18 for Labette County at their own 42 when we return in 1 minute on KLKC.
Life is about movement, and the human body is like any high-performance machine. When miles add up, parts wear down, and that's when pain begins, and here's where it ends. At Labette Health, our nationally recognized orthopedic and sports medicine surgeons use advanced techniques to reduce recovery times and relieve pain for miles to come. Feel like new again at Labette Health in Parsons, Kansas. For more information, go to labettehealth.com.
Labette Community College is meeting the need for an increased demand in qualified radiographers. Our radiography students will train on the latest technology in a hospital simulation environment.
I wanted to be able to go into a career where I could help people. And if you're going to go into that field in this part of the four-state area, LCC is the only place to come.
Tuition is nearly half the cost of universities. Scholarship and financial aid available for those who qualify. Text radiography to 620-293-6671 for more information or visit labette.edu.
Second down and 18 for Labette County's offense here. It's a straight drop back for Wyrick. Steps into a nice looking pass. Bates tipped. Well contested, incomplete. The defense was well done by Evan Hutto, the senior Viking cornerback for Winfield. Well played by both sides, really. Good pass from Wyrick. Pretty good defense from Winfield. And it's third and 18. Labette County up by 7 here at home.
Yeah, I'll take that. Because that could have went either way. I mean, Kagan went up after it, but they had a couple of defenders there close. So that puts us, third and really long. We'll see if we go for that, if we just try to, pick up 6 or 8 or so and then decide from there. Just break it into a couple of chunks maybe.
Tayton Claiborne right behind Wyrick. Fields right behind Claiborne. Run play. Fields loses the football. Everybody there but Labette County to get it. Winfield picks it up. It's going to be a scoop and score for Carson Andes and the Winfield Vikings. There was nobody there other than white jerseys from Winfield. No Grizzly had a shot at collecting that fumble or stopping Andes after he picked it up. It's 13-12. Just like that, Labette County made it look easy early first quarter. Winfield settling in.
Yeah, just like that. I mean, that was just a gift with a bow tied on it. Fumbles happen, but for it to babble like that, pick up and scoop, and for us really to be already released downfield, that just have to take a deep breath here and then go back to work.
Winfield going to try to take the lead here after their last PAT was missed badly. Gibson under center. If they get this, they'll be up 1 point. T-bone set. Labette County looking to rush about everybody. Low snap. Oh, my goodness, what a play. I'm going to take a guess who that is. Yep, Michael Reed. Oh, my goodness. Kellen Gibson couldn't blink before Michael had him on the ground.
I'm surprised he didn't fumble that.
I have no idea what just happened. Michael Reed, outstanding play yet again. That keeps Labette County's lead at 13-12 after Labette County fumbled it, and Andes got a scoop and score for the Vikings. One more break here on KLKC. That means it must be a good game. A lot of scoring. 13-12 Labette County. 60 seconds. KLKC.
Hi, I'm Shelby, one of the pharmacists at Bowen Pharmacy. Not only do we keep you up to date on your COVID and flu vaccines, but we also offer pneumonia, shingles, hepatitis, meningitis, tetanus, and whooping cough vaccines. Based on the latest CDC guidelines, we can recommend the vaccines to keep you and your family healthy. Thank you for always choosing Bowen Pharmacy. We're here today and we'll be here tomorrow.
Discover what you've been missing.
Unbelievable! Sparklight is unveiling unlimited internet for just $25 a month. Get reliable 100 meg internet for just $25 a month for 12 months with unlimited data. That's unlimited internet. Call 877-469-3057 or visit sparklight.com/savings. Sparklight, a new breed and high speed.
Welcome back in, Grizzly fans. We're live on 106.7 KLKC radio station, as well as KLKC Sports on YouTube, as we're having a little bit of difficulties back at the station. Nobody's fault, just some technical difficulties back at the station. So if you're on the radio wondering what's going on, hopefully we can get that situated here before long for all the radio listeners. But the YouTube live stream tonight, unlike last week, appears to be working quite well. Last week we could not get any internet connection there at Marvel Park in Parsons, but tonight we kind of got a couple new things to help us out, and the internet's working pretty good. Labette County has the ball, first down and 10. After the kickoff, the ball got out to the 45 for Labette County, so a good return from the Grizzlies. But there's an illegal procedure to back us up 5 yards.
Yeah, we got a little antsy there. Our up back kind of leaned into that play before the ball was snapped, and the ref was all over it, so that's the right call.
Labette County went bang, bang to start this game, 13-0, and Winfield has scored 12 unanswered points, but has not converted on either point after the touchdowns. Kagan Bates up the middle, a nice run for the senior, gain of 5, second down and 10 coming up for Labette County's offense that struggled after those first 2 really nice drives.
Yeah, that was a nice little counter, maybe a trap play inside, and so, you know, this is good for the Grizzlies. You know, it's a close game. It looked like we might not run away with it, but, you know, maybe going to handle this team a little bit, so this will be good for us to be challenged and rise up to it and win anyway. So this will help us down the road.
If you'd like to tune in to the live stream on YouTube, just type in KLKC Sports, and you can watch as well as listen to us from anywhere that you have internet access and a compatible device. Labette County with the football. It looks like Nolan Nash on kind of the Wildcat keeper to the right side, gets across midfield into Winfield territory. Gain of 7, third down, and they'll say a long 4 for Labette County. Here in a moment, Labette County looking to get back a little bit of offensive momentum as that growth has been stunted by a Winfield team that appears to have brushed off the jet lag from the about 2.5-hour drive here.
Yeah, that was a neat little play, shifting up quarterbacks. You know, Nolan runs probably a 4.5, 4.6 at the worst, 40. Did a little bit of a dive option, quarterback keep thing on the edge, so good pickup there.
Nash to the right, Bates to the left as receivers, but, oh, it's a play action. Wyrick looking for somebody, slant route too high. Didn't quite position his lower body there, threw it with his arm, and his arm only, and it kind of wobbled over the head by a couple feet of Barrett Heston. So 4th down and 4 for Labette County's offense. Argabright keeping the offense on the field. Aaron Wyrick, our quarterback, gets the call from the head coach and runs back out to his other 10 offensive teammates here. This would be a big conversion or a big stop if you're a Winfield fan.
I'm looking for maybe a second or third hut, try to draw them off sides. We'll see.
Wyrick under center. No receivers out for the Grizzlies. Hard count. No, they snap it. Bates inside. Might get the first. Lower his head. Push. Oh, the ref at the top of your screen, if you're on YouTube, is not giving us a great mark. Dad, you have a better angle.
This ref, I think, is marking here.
Okay.
They have spotted it.
Yeah, it's a first down.
It.
It's a first down if they're putting it there. Yeah. All right, first down. Labette County got it by about a half yard. Well done. Is on 4th and 4. Didn't get too cute. Just ran it right up the gut.
Yeah, and I do think they went on second and third hat because I think we even kind of shook a little bit.
We did.
But, yeah, to then go kind of off tackle, that was a real gutsy call by Coach Argerbright. I like it. You know, just kind of went mano-a-mano there. Just a challenge play for 4 yards.
Assistants for Labette County are Davey Brown, Tanner Russell, Travis Hurley, Silas Stone, Ryan Page, and Mikey Hayward. 1st and 10, fresh sticks for Labette County. They go back to Bates, who just converted on 4th, and he'll gain 2 to the left side. That'll push the ball to the far left hash. Here at Lucas Field, Labette County working the field left to right as the sun is descending here behind us to the west. 9 minutes until halftime. Labette County leads 13-12.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Argerbright's going to stay with, the most part the run game. I like that. Just keep chipping away, kind of wear your opponent down. The defense has their hands on their hips and their offense is over there watching. So if we could just make this a long 4, 5, 6 minute drive, that'd be great.
2nd down and 9. Wyrick fakes 2 hands off, gives to Kagan again. Has open space, and then he's hit and dropped after a gain of 5. So another 3rd down and 4 approaching for the Men in Black. That's Labette County tonight.
Yeah, some really nice misdirection, a couple of fake handoffs one way, and then Kagan jab steps and goes back. So, well-designed play, picked up, I think 5, 6 there. So,
yeah,
that was nice. And here we don't have to get all 5 yards. We'd like to. But, if we can pick up 3 or 4 and just get it down there within a yard or 2, that'll work too. So we've got a lot of options here.
8 minutes and ticking. The pace of play has slowed down for these offenses a little bit after Labette County was firing punches in the first half of that first quarter. And on 3rd and 4, Coach Argerbright's going to call a pre-snap timeout. We'll keep it here and thank a few sponsors for allowing our broadcast to take place. We would like to give a big shout out to Labette Health, as well as Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, Tank Connection, the corner store of Altamont, and the Bartlett Co-op. Huge thank you to all of our sponsors. Labette County leads 13-12 here. Just under 8 minutes until halftime in the home opener. As I went to Max Preps, which is a high school athletics site where film and stats and schedules over the course of history is kept and documented. And I went back all the way to 2008, and I stopped there, but I could not find a season where Labette County started 2-0. And it looks to be right in front of us for the taking tonight.
Well, that's interesting. I don't know trivia-wise. If you had asked me that question, what I would have thought. Been here long enough to know there were a lot of seasons we started 3, 4, 5-0, and 6-0. But, team cycle, program cycle, and so, hopefully we're cycling up into to some more wins this year.
3rd and 4. Wyrick fakes the pitch. Quarterback keep. Drives through contact. First down, Labette County across the 35 to the 31-yard line.
Keeper up the middle to the left
what a great call. Kind of a
yardage.
Pitch counter. Quarterback keep on the, going back to the left. And hey, Aaron's he's a big, strong, strapping kid, so he ran hard. So very nice. 1st and 10, and keeping that drive going down by the 31-yard line.
1st down and 10. Labette County converts again on a 3rd, 4th down. We have a 3rd and 4 conversion and a 4th and 4 conversion on this drive alone. Handoff up the middle to Tayton Claiborne, and he's wrapped around the waist real quickly right in the box. Goes for just about a yard and a half. 2nd down and 9. This is a long possession here for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, exactly, and it's a long possession for the Viking defense, which is what we want. You know, just a handoff, and what's the saying, 2 or 3 yards in a cloud of dust kind of a thing. And again, all these little dives and runs really soften up that play-action pass. Even if it's just a short pass, you know, out in the flat route or something, there's just a lot more chess match to it when you're running the ball.
Long possession. Hope it ends in 6 points. Deontay Fields gets the carry in the right inside zone, gains 2 yards, and he's brought down. So let's just do it again. Replay the same CD that we just got done listening to. 3rd down and 6. Right in that 3rd down and mid-range yet again. Nothing new, and I look to convert here.
Yeah, and if not, like I said, just pick up 3 or 4 and get it to 4th and 2. I mean, we want a first on 3rd, but you know, when you divide 10 yards by 4 tries, that's just 2 yards, 2.5, whatever. And it's demoralizing for a defense to just keep plugging along. So see what we can do here.
6 minutes, first half and counting. Pitch play. Fields cuts it in, hit hard, and nothing. 4th down and 6, maybe even lost half a step. In there on the breakdown was Jacob Cramp. Well done by the senior linebacker for Winfield.
Yeah, I got to say, it was either the linebacker or someone turned that play back inside, which is their job. You can't lose containment, especially with somebody as fast as Fields. If he gets on the edge, he's going to pick up at least 6 or 8, if not the whole, you know, all the way to the end zone. So, yeah, you got to credit that. He turned it back to where he had help, which is back to the inside, and they snuffed us out. So we got 4th down here, 5, 6 maybe.
Fourth down and 5. This would be big for Labette County and big for the Winfield defense. Conversely, Wyrick flips it out to the right. He stayed in bounds, but was it a deep enough route?
I think so.
To the 22-yard line was the pass completed, and it is so close. We'll see if Kagan ran the route deep enough. It doesn't look like it. He's a yard short. Turnover on downs, Labette County. Well executed. Bates maybe just ran the out route about a yard short of where he was supposed to, but boy, that's difficult in the heat of the moment.
Yeah, it's normally, I mean, he would say this about himself. You normally want to kind of see that target line you want to go to, then break out. And he might have. Sometimes you find yourself breaking where you should, but you come back to the pass a step. Before you know it, now you're a yard short and you don't ever get turned around. He wasn't able to turn around and go downfield. So, okay. I mean, here we go. We got to forget about that, and we need to go 3 and out here.
A lot of turns and twists in this game. Labette County started up 13-0. Now Winfield scored 12 straight unanswered points. And this one goes up the middle for about 1 yard for Winfield.
Number 2 for Winfield on the carry.
On the carry is Dane Chatham.
A yard.
4:40 until halftime.
On the tackle
this game has put on the brakes a little bit. Brody Reams on the tackle for Labette County inside the box.
Yeah, that's a good first play. I say we key on their quarterback and make somebody else beat us.
2nd and 9 Winfield.
Gibson, toss to the right, hit around the ankles but not brought down, hit around the chest and dropped after a gain of 1. Dane Chatham on the carry. Aaron Wyrick, Barrett Heston, as well as
one of the tackles by Aaron Wyrick.
See, number 70 for Labette County. I don't have a 70 in the roster. Or is that 72?
Winfield.
That's 72. Keegan Stritsky in there as well on the tackle. Thank you. 3:50 until halftime. Big 3rd and 8 here. Labette County can get the ball back and go up another score, which is probably where they want to be. Gibson pressured from the back. He doesn't feel it. Hit hard. Lost the football. Did he lose it?
Yes.
Picked up. Labette County possession. Bam! From the backside. Coming in hot, flying like an eagle, cracking his back. Who was that? Around the right end.
I don't know, but I agree with you. Gibson never felt that, and I assumed he was going to drop back and run a quarterback sneak or draw. You know, they just want Gibson to have the ball. Could you tell who created that fumble?
It looked like Wyatt Kepley was on the hit, and then Mason Hoppus recovered the fumble.
Well, so here we go. We have to capitalize off this.
Wyatt Kepley made the original hit on that.
Man, Wyatt Kepley is a ball player.
He's a hustler, isn't he? Got a nose for the ball. He's aggressive, flies downhill.
Labette County huge here. Wyrick taking an end zone shot, high pointed and intercepted by Winfield. Touchback turnover given on a silver platter to the Vikings after Kepley forced a strip sack.
Ball is intercepted by Winfield's #1.
I know less about football than pretty much everybody out in the field. I don't know if I like that call.
It's going to be Winfield's ball on their 20-yard line. With 3:26
but Winfield went up, got it, intercepted it, so our defense has to get back out there and do it again here before halftime.
Both of these teams fighting for momentum or fighting to give up the momentum, I don't know, but that remains to be seen. Labette County 13, Winfield 12. 3:20 left in the half, and a run up the middle for 5 yards. They give him 8 on the carry. Second down and 8 as that quarterback, Kellen Gibson, giving us problems here. And he probably wasn't expecting to be on the field so quickly after getting strip sacked by Wyatt Kepley about 5 minutes ago in real time.
Yeah.
But here he is getting an 8-yard run and a chance to get momentum right back.
Yeah, this is where Labette County has to buckle down, just make this one play at a time, do your job.
Gibson back to pass. Now he'll tuck it. Now he'll pass, and it's caught for a first down on the far side by Evan Hutto.
Kellen Gibson to #1, Evan Hutto, for first down yardage.
Yeah, it's pretty evident. I mean, Winfield's got a nice team, but it all goes around that quarterback. If he's not effective at all, it just falls apart.
First down, Winfield.
Every good play starting with him. I mean, they've got, again, he's surrounded with some fine players, but they don't have near the balanced threat that we do, so we have to find a way to focus on #7 here.
Good ball game here in Altamont. Labette County up a point. Gibson well protected, throws one that is deep and over the head of his intended target. Hutto again is who Gibson was looking for. Winfield looking to take a couple shots now. They had been a little more conservative and inside the safeties, but that pass was well beyond their deepest look of the night.
Yeah, they stretched us out there, and, you know, sometimes you do that just to kind of let the defense know we might do that type thing. So I think we did a good job guarding there, and we'll kind of see what both coaches are going to dial up here for the last 2 minutes of the first half.
Timeout Winfield. 2 minutes, 15 seconds until halftime. Labette County up 1 point. Let's take a 30-second timeout here on KLKC Parsons.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
Winfield with the football, 2nd and 10. Trick play, end around, reverse toss, and it'll stay over there for a gain of about 3. As they even faked me on that one. I thought it was coming back here to the near side, but it stayed out there to the right. Results in a gain of about 3. 3rd down and 6 for Winfield with 2 minutes until halftime. Labette County up 13-12.
It's going to make it 3rd and 6.
Blow for blow type game here. Each team with a couple turnovers. Coach Argabright, hands on his hips, pacing back and forth. The snap, quarterback keep. Gibson is going to get the first down and then is wished out of bounds by Labette County's defensive back, Deontay Fields. Winfield quietly but yet effectively having a presence here in this game again after getting out to a 13-0 deficit very quickly.
I'm not real sure how that quarterback ran a quarterback sneak for 6 yards there, 7.
Yeah.
We weren't set. We were kind of moseying around there. I'm a little surprised at that. So we're still kind of getting set, and they're going to get under the ball and go, but they have to shut 7 down. That's it.
Gibson, drop back to pass, flips it near side, and he was there, was Gage Pritchard, but he maybe didn't see it in the light or something, as it looked like he was shocked when he saw the ball right in front of his face mask, as this possession for Winfield is coming after an interception thrown by Labette County's offense, and then before that, one play before, Wyatt Kepley blindsided Gibson on a sack, forced a fumble that was recovered by Hoppus. So both these teams, Labette County playing defense after a turnover and Winfield playing offense after a turnover of their own. 2nd down and 10 for the Vikings at their own 41-yard line, 2nd and 10. Minute 50 until halftime.
We'll see what they're thinking here. They got Gibson and kind of the shotgun look, so I look for him to sprint left, sprint right, or maybe even do that quarterback draw. I think they want the ball in his hands more than they want him to pass it.
Chatham to his left, but they deny the handoff. Gibson running around, flips one, caught, dropped, incomplete at midfield. Intended target was Carson Andes. Gibson really shifty in the pocket that time with Reed breathing fire down his neck.
Yeah, and that was a good throw and a drop pass, but I like the pressure from Labette County. But yeah, Gibson, the more I watch him, he's a nice athlete. And so, yeah, we have to focus, like it looks like we are, on keeping him contained. And if he's going to beat us, make him beat us with his arm or pitch it to someone else and see if they can beat us. We just can't leave him alone.
Labette County deferred to the second half during the coin toss, so the Grizzlies will receive the football to begin the third quarter. 3rd down and 10, big play. Gibson rolls out right, sheds Reed, looks to run. He'll do so, and they're going to throw a flag. By the way Gibson went down, that can't be good.
I think it's a face mask.
2 flags flew right away. That's our first penalty in quite a while, if I'm not mistaken. Had a few false starts early, but been a very clean game from a penalty standpoint for both teams. As I'm looking at the replay here on our YouTube live stream on my computer, and Gibson went down kind of awkward. I think you're right, Dad, on perhaps the face mask.
There's holding against Labette County.
Or holding, okay,
I
that's
thought I
fine.
saw his head twist back.
They mark off 5 yards, and that's
regardless,
going to
it's going to be a 5-yard advancement of the football. The nose of the ball is just to the north from my direction of the Grizzly split face that's painted red and gold. The field looks like it's in great condition here at Lucas Field. 3rd and 1 for Winfield's offense. 90 seconds until halftime. The score is Winfield 12, Labette County 13.
Holding, that's a weird call in that situation.
During the tackle, yeah. Gibson in the gun, Chatham to his left, it goes to Chatham, nipped around the heels, the shoelaces, but sheds it, gets the first out to the 42. Could have been a loss of 1, but was a gain of 7 into Grizzly territory.
Yeah, we've got, this is actually just a good ball game.
Great game.
I mean, both teams have done things well. Both teams have done a few things that they'd like back. And so, it's just, what is it? 13-12, almost half. So just a really good battle.
Tackled by Nolan Nash.
1st and 10, Winfield at the Labette County 42, ball on the right hash. Minute, 8 seconds, and ticking. Both teams with 2 timeouts. Coach Lewis for Winfield, Coach Argabright for Labette County. Play action. Heston comes in on Gibson. He'll check it down to the far side. It's caught for a gain of 5. Is that going to stop the clock? No, it will not. Down to 50 seconds. Gain of 5. And it sounds like, yes, timeout Winfield. Coach Monty Lewis is going to call the timeout, and that'll stop the clock at 48 seconds. We will keep it here for this one as halftime is approaching quite quickly. So we will leave it here and thank the rest of our sponsors for making tonight's game possible. SEK Orthopedics, Doctors Mosier and Meister. Tank Connection for sponsoring our pregame show. The Corner Store of Altamont. Elmhaven Nursing Home, as well as Woodridge Estates, the Unified School District of USD 506, Community National Bank, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, as well as Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Drs. Newland, Gilmore, and Ray. I'm Jack Leake III, alongside my father, Jack Leake Jr., and Labette County student Caleb McKee is on our KLKC Sports YouTube live stream that is running beautifully here tonight with a quicker internet connection. 2nd down and 4 for Winfield. Good ball game here in Altamont. 48 ticks until halftime. Gibson takes it in the gun, drops back, nobody near him. He'll step up, looks to run, sheds one. Grizzly, no he doesn't, as gang help is there. Aaron Wyrick on the hit up top, and around the shoelaces was Tayton Claiborne. 3rd down and 2 for the Grizzlies, and with 33 seconds left in the half, Coach Lewis is forced to burn his final timeout of the half.
Yeah, it was a pretty good job there. Gibson does a nice job of running and then pump faking like he's going to pass it, hoping the defender will go up, jump or whatever, and then he'll run. So we did a good job of maintaining, breaking down, and getting that tackle there. So
I'm trying to find some SEK scores.
I have to lean forward to see 33 seconds till half, 3rd down and 3. So yeah, Grizzlies need to really buckle down here and not give up a big play, obviously.
Man, what a good game this is. Usually the non-conference opponents that we play, Wellington, Winfield, Circle, El Dorado, played Andale once in week 2 years ago, are typically just stronger than us. And they're games where we just kind of end up in the second half looking to get better and get in routes in comparison to win. I mean, truthfully, they would tell you that. But tonight, this is a very winnable game, and it's turned into a great game between two teams that appear to be quite even. Gibson rolls out right, and it's a pitch and catch for a 1st down, and I think they got out of bounds. They did.
Yeah.
Well done by Winfield there at the high school level. It's not always easy to pull that stuff off.
Yeah, and it's hard, too, for a cornerback to guard a guy who's just running 5-7 in a sharp out route, especially when the quarterback knows on time when to throw it. So, maybe they're just going to try to chip away here and get it down closer. I know they don't want to try to kick it, so, yeah, they're going to have to score.
1st and 10 Vikings, as here within the next play, 2 or 3, Winfield's going to start taking shots at the end zone. And that's where I feel like refs tend to look for that pass interference call. So we need to really play good, clean defense here, as the clock over here was bumped up to 9 minutes or so, and now it's corrected back to 27 seconds. So that gave Winfield the chance at maybe a free timeout, but now they're addressing the ball. Clock is correct.
Need to get them tackled inbounds. I think they're out of timeouts.
They are. Gibson, nobody back there, looking at the end zone. Lot of time, flips it across the middle, incomplete, hits the 2 white gloves that are on the left and right mitts of Elijah Bergensen. Incomplete. Ball is still, of course, after the incompletion, at the Labette County 27. 20 seconds left until halftime. Good game.
Yeah, it is. I find myself just holding my breath, hoping we just defend, and I hate it when I don't think, maybe I can speak into existence a pick 6 or something. I mean, it's not against something good going our way here. So, maybe we can pressure the quarterback and pick one off here or get a fumble and just, stop this right here in its tracks.
Labette County's defense has an interception by Kagan Bates and a strip sack by Wyatt Kepley. Here's a pop on the far side after an 8-yard completion. Aaron Wyrick and Deontay Fields, as well as Camden Good in there on the hit. 3rd and 2, clock at 6 seconds, and they're going to spike it. So here comes the final play, unless there's a penalty, of the half. 4th down and 2, 5 seconds until halftime. Labette County has 13 points. Winfield has 12 points. Great ball game. Each team scored their points back-to-back. Labette County started up 13-0. Winfield has since scored 12 unanswered, as they are actually going to try to kick a field goal from the 25-yard line, which would be, about a 35, 36-yarder?
Yep. I'm a little surprised, but impressed. I say surprised. The kicker on the kickoff did a really good job.
Yes.
I guess his first try, an extra point.
as their kicker's number 14, as we have a timeout, Labette County. The kicker for Winfield is Tristan Emerson, a 5'10 junior, listed as a kicker, as not everybody on the roster has the actual kicker position listed next to the player's name. So he must be pretty good at kicking if he's got that K next to his name on the roster. And
yeah, it can be a good weapon.
Let alone if they're lining up for a field goal, that tells you everything you need to know about his capability. If he couldn't make this, they wouldn't kick it. You don't see that all the time in high school. So
yeah, that's a good point. So, well, we'll see if we can get some penetration and get a hand on the ball.
Great game, home opener for Labette County, looking to go 2-0 for the first time in many years. 4th and 2. It's about a 36-yard field goal for Winfield. Tristan Emerson, the junior, to kick it for the Vikings. Final play of the half. Labette County holds on to the lead with a miss, and it is kind of chunked, and it's caught by Labette County as they're going to blow it dead again. As the kick was kind of chunked by Emerson, only went about 20 yards, and it was caught by Labette County's Mason Hoppus. Nolan Nash has the ball now, and Nolan Nash is going to try to run, and now he's wrapped up and bear hugged by Evan Hutto. The officials should not have stopped that play, as that was about to be a touchdown for Labette County. As on a field goal, if you return it, it's a touchdown.
I think that's right. I know on an extra point, if you kick an extra point and they run it back, it's 1 point. If you're going for 2 and they run it back, it's 2 points. But a field goal would be, I do believe, 6 points.
As the refs are conversing at the 25-yard line, as I am never a fan of blowing a play dead, because you limit your outcomes of the situation. These refs can say, darn it, fellas, we made the wrong call there. But you can't give us 6 points, even though we were clearly going to return it, because you can't prove that we would have tripped and fell down. So when you blow a play dead, you limit the outcomes for the team that was advantageous. The kick was not very good at all. It was plooped in the air 15 yards and caught by Hoppus, I believe it was Mason, and he was going to return it for 6 points, but the refs blew the play dead. Really interesting.
Oh, boy.
Coach Argabright's talking to the White Hat, as this will not result in points for Labette County, but maybe it'll result in a play from scrimmage. I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, and if it does, we'll kneel on it or something. But
as Labette County's offense is running onto the field, so it looks like perhaps it was Nolan who caught it. Thank you, Caleb. I don't know why I'm getting confused here. As Nolan Nash was the one that caught the kick.
That would have been 6 points then.
Oh, yeah. I don't.
I mean, no one would have caught him.
I don't know if this is just a compromise by the officials, saying, well, let's give him one play.
Well,
I don't know.
There's nothing they can do. Mistakes happen, and so, yeah, I mean.
Wow.
Is going to have one play
in a game like this, I mean, that's big.
19-yard line.
I'm not one of those people that likes to say it'll determine the outcome because we're up one at halftime, try to go win. But, I mean, you better believe that has a big say in momentum going into halftime. So Labette County gets one offensive play, and they're just going to kneel it. And so the halftime score, Grizzlies 13, Vikings 12. What an odd, weird end to halftime. But Labette County does get the stop defensively, looking at it glass half full, and they lead Winfield 13-12 at the halftime break. Let's step aside for 5 minutes if we can, Annette, back at the station, and I'll take a quick break, and we will come back here in 5 minutes with the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show.
Hi, I'm Shelby, one of the pharmacists at Bowen Pharmacy. Not only do we keep you up to date on your COVID and flu vaccines, but we also offer pneumonia, shingles, hepatitis, meningitis, tetanus, and whooping cough vaccines. Based on the latest CDC guidelines, we can recommend the vaccines to keep you and your family healthy. Thank you for always choosing Bowen Pharmacy. We're here today and we'll be here tomorrow.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu. Labette Community College is meeting the need for an increased demand in qualified radiographers. Our radiography students will train on the latest technology in a hospital simulation environment.
I wanted to be able to go into a career where I could help people. And if you're going to go into that field in this part of the four-state area, LCC is the only place to come.
Tuition is nearly half the cost of universities. Scholarship and financial aid available for those who qualify. Text radiography to 620-293-6671 for more information or visit labette.edu.
Discover what you've been missing in Parsons, Kansas. Curious Minds Discovery Zone, a children's museum that inspires a love of learning, with hands-on exhibits for all ages to imagine, create, learn, and discover. Kids enjoy looking through microscopes, building on our magnetic ball run wall, creative play in our doctor's office or grocery store, and lots more. Discover, explore, Parsons, Kansas.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the four-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Krause in the House gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at klkcradio.com.
Life is about movement, and the human body is like any high-performance machine. When miles add up, parts wear down, and that's when pain begins, and here's where it ends. At Labette Health, our nationally recognized orthopedic and sports medicine surgeons use advanced techniques to reduce recovery times and relieve pain for miles to come. Feel like new again at Labette Health in Parsons, Kansas. For more information, go to labettehealth.com.
Unbelievable! Sparklight is unveiling unlimited internet for just $25 a month. Get reliable 100 meg internet for just $25 a month for 12 months with unlimited data. That's unlimited internet. Call 877-469-3057 or visit sparklight.com/savings. Sparklight, a new breed in high speed.
Welcome in, Grizzly fans, to the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show. Leette County High School Band doing a nice job down there, kicking off the halftime entertainment here at Lucas Field. I'm Jack Leake III, joined alongside my father, Jack Leake Jr., and Labette County student is Caleb McKee is on the YouTube live stream. Labette County leads Winfield 13-12 at the halftime break. Labette County opened the game with 2 punches real quick to the Vikings' mouth. 13 straight points in, 2 drives?
I think so, yeah. Just complete domination there early on. And so, and then we just didn't didn't sniff it since. We got a turnover and had the ball deep and just had a turnover. So it's kind of been a tale of two cities, or whatever the saying is. It's both sides have had a couple of things go bad their way, and both sides have had a couple of things go their way. And thus, 13-12 game at halftime. And so, just a good battle. This will be a good one for us to hang on and win.
Yeah. It really feels like if one of these teams should be or is going to go up 6 or 12 points, I'd probably put some money on Labette County to be that team right now. I feel like they, first two drives aside, I just feel like they're the better team and have more playmakers. Winfield seems to rely quite a bit on the legs of their quarterback, Kellen Gibson, and a lot of teams rely on their quarterback, don't get me wrong. But Labette County has made plays, and I feel like Winfield's kind of walked into them, if that makes sense at all. For Labette County, Wyatt Kepley has been outstanding. Wyatt Kepley tipped the pass down here that was intercepted by Kagan Bates to account for a turnover defensively, and Wyatt Kepley it was picture perfect, just right in the blind side. Gibson had no idea he was coming, hit Gibson right in the back, forced a fumble, and Labette County picked it up. Hoppus recovered at that time. So Wyatt Kepley's played well and made plays defensively for Labette County. But the Grizzlies on offense have had 2-3 turnovers as well, a fumble by Deontay Fields and an interception thrown by quarterback Aaron Wyrick. So both these teams, whenever you talk through it, it's kind of a wash. And you look at the scoreboard, almost a wash. Labette County 1 point better in that first half, up 13-12 against Winfield. I feel like for Labette County, Deontay Fields had about 80 rushing yards last week, and tonight, not as much. It feels like we've thrown the ball a little more, maybe because the running game hasn't been as prominent, and I know that pass that we had down in the red zone that was intercepted was not maybe our favorite, because the ground game had been good. But I feel like if we can get back to the ground game, it'll help Aaron out in the air a little bit.
Yeah, I think so too. And that was such a good drive we had there in the second quarter. I don't know, it took 6 or 7 minutes. We just would pick up 3 here, 4 there, 2 here, 7. First down, 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, 4, first down. And just did that, got all the way down and then just didn't convert, which happens. Maybe credit Winfield. They got tough when they had to. So, again, it would be nice to be up 2 or 3 scores now, but in some ways, especially if we can hang on or pull away now, for us to be challenged and stressed a little in a non-conference game can only help us mentally down the road when we get pushed again. I mean, it's good to put yourself in a situation where you have to hang on, you're a little tense, a little tight, a little worried, and go ahead and climb that mountain and win anyway.
Right.
So let's just regain here and get our momentum back, and I think we get the ball to start with, so that'll be good. Also, real quick, want to give a shout out to the dance team did an amazing job a little bit ago. Our cheerleaders are wonderful in keeping the crowd in it. The band looked great. So all the supporting cast, we have a good turnout of fans. It's just a good energy here at Lucas Field, and a lot of fun to be here. I think we're home next week, I believe. We got Pittsburgh here next week.
I believe that's right.
So, yeah. So look forward to that as well. But for now, we need to take care of business this second half. 5 minutes till we kick off here. Labette County 13-12 here over the Winfield Vikings right now.
Yep, home against Pittsburgh next week before traveling to Wellington in 2 weeks. And I'm not the most prominent fella on social media anymore, and so I don't have full access to pages, but from what I can see on Scores in Kansas on Twitter, just 2 maybe scores that I think our listeners would care about. The first is it's homecoming night in Independence, actually. I heard that on the radio today. A very early homecoming. It is Mulvane 30, Independence 6 at halftime. And then the game of the week for Sports in Kansas, or was it? What's the radio show that Mike Snow and Chet Copeland do? The local show.
Local show, yeah.
I think it was on there. I heard that Colgan and Frontenac was the game of the week. Colgan leads Frontenac 10-7 at halftime. So I bet that atmosphere is great over there in Frontenac. It looks like the game is played at tonight. So just a couple scores I got for you. I'll try to refresh and find some more, but one more time, our score here at Lucas Field, Labette County 13, Winfield 12. Let's see, 3:40 until the teams come back for warm-ups and stretch time. So let's step aside for one more 3-minute break here on KLKC. really fast, and it looked like it might not be close. I mean, it really did. But they turned around and have played pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy for a lot of teams early on when you're down like that to kind of fold or just kind of hang on and, hopefully just not get blown out. So, yeah, we've got to say that about Winfield's effort anyway. Here's Labette County in the T formation.
Wyrick takes the snap. Kagan baits an inside give. First down, Grizzlies out to the 35-yard line. That is the same play we ran to pick up a 4th and 4 earlier in the second quarter. Same runner, same play, same everything. First down, Grizzlies.
Yeah, he does such a good job of getting behind those two lead blockers, I think, and just kind of being patient. I mean, he runs hard and fast, but he hesitates just when he needs to find a gap or a seam, and then he just gets, just his head in there and just goes. So I look for Wyrick to run a boot out of that later, kind of fake that little off counter and then kind of boot around this right end.
Another run for the Grizzlies. This time it goes for a loss of half a step, maybe a full yard on the spot, as the running back is Fields yet again.
Fields carries the ball and loses maybe a foot.
Yeah, in some ways, I think maybe we're setting up here. We've ran 5 or 6 in a row, which, again, I'm not against that ever. I look probably maybe even now to run a play action or a bootleg, or we'll see what we got dialed up here on 2nd and 10.
9:15, clock moving, third quarter. Grizzlies up by a point. Nobody has scored since early second quarter when Winfield snipped it to a 1-point Grizzly lead. Another run. Kagan Bates left side. A lot of Vikes closing in on him, and he'll gain 2 yards and then go down. 3rd and 8. Grizzlies coming up in a moment. Coach Argerbright going out to have a word with his quarterback, Aaron Wyrick. In the game for the Grizzlies, Caden Nash, an underclassman. As this season for the Grizzlies, I know the coaching staff has looked to put more attention upon playing mainly, if not all, upperclassmen, as that's kind of the goal, kind of what you want to try to do in high school football to be as successful as you can. No discredit to underclassmen, but there's a big difference sometimes between the physical builds of the underclassmen compared to upperclassmen. But Nash in there. Here's a pitch and catch to Nolan. Splits the split face at midfield, and once more into Viking territory inside the 35 to the 32. What a nice play drew up as Coach Argerbright points and winks at his quarterback, Aaron Wyrick.
Yeah, that's a great play. That's hard to defend because your cornerback can't play that guy on the inside. He'll get beat, and you got linebackers inside, so it's just a slant route. And so Aaron led that perfect through a good dart. And then, of course, Nolan made a nice move and a nice run, picked up almost 30. So, yeah, we needed that.
And Nolan's quick. I just saw the replay on the live stream. He is fast.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure he runs a 4.5, which is really, really fast.
See what Labette County does. They elect to run. Deontay Fields with a lot of room and got tripped up in the heels of Kellen Gibson.
Deontay Fields on the carry, picks
now
up
you see how that
for the
pass play, and then we come back with really an inside run again.
Number 2, Dane Chatham with the tackle for Winfield.
Pick up another 15 or 16 now, so you just want to mix up the runs and passes.
First down and 10, Labette County pushing deeper into Viking territory. Labette County working the field left to right. Ball goes up the middle for the Grizzlies, and not much going that time. The pile is still moving, gain of about 3.
Aaron Wyrick with a quarterback keeper picks up about a yard. It's going to make it 2nd down and 9.
Down here on the near sideline, Labette County's sideline, Barrett Heston is going to be carted off on the golf cart. Looks like he might be laboring a little bit.
Yeah, gosh, hate seeing that, of course, for any athlete. And I didn't realize.
I didn't see it either.
I didn't see an injury happen out there. We would have certainly spoke to it.
I didn't see it either. Certainly wish the best for Barrett. Hope that's not major at all, but he's being carted off actively as I speak, about to be anyways, on the golf cart. Really hope he's okay. He's being tended to by a great crew. I did not see anything. I apologize, but We just wish Barrett Heston the best. A carry there for not many yards there. So 3rd down and 6. Back to the action here. Labette County working left to right. This would be a big score here if they can punch it in, as they're no stranger to 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6 here tonight. They've handled them all really well.
Yeah, this we need to finish a couple of these drives. This will be our 3rd time down here, so this is a mentality. This is a mindset here.
Wyrick under center, a give to Fields on 3rd and 6 and goes for about 2-3 yards. So I know that we have our eyes on the end zone for every play we can, but maybe Coach Argabright is comfortable with going, well, I know he's going to go for it, but maybe that's what he was trying to do, was look at it as I have 2 plays to get 6 yards, and we got half of it right there. 4th and 3 here, 5 minutes, 3rd quarter.
Yeah, it's interesting that the closer you get to the goal line, it just gets congested. So sometimes throwing the ball down there, I know it's also can be tough to run it if they run a goal line defense, but throwing the ball when you don't have much room behind you really can be hard to do. So big play.
Huge play here. 4th and 3. Inside give. Kagan Bates stood up and didn't get it. Turnover on downs, Grizzlies. Same play that we've ran a few times to try to convert those short downs, and Winfield sniffed that out quickly.
Yeah. I mean, you know, hey, that again, this sounds like I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth. That was a good drive. My goodness, we had the ball a long time, drove it 60 yards. Just didn't get the job done down there for a score. That's our 3rd trip down there. So defense really has to buckle down and maintain some good field position for us. Let's hold them to a 3 and a punt here.
Both these teams have pretty much invited the other team to go up a touchdown, but neither team's taken advantage. Here comes Winfield. Gibson right to left. Did he lose the football? Labette County's celebrating on the far side of the field. I couldn't see. That's a turnover. Oh my goodness. That happened so subtly on the far side of the field as there was no commotion, no action, and oh my goodness, here we go. A turnover again. I believe the 3rd takeaway.
Yeah.
By the Labette County defense. That was a strange play.
This is eerily the same end of the field, real similar situation earlier. So we need a different outcome this time, though. Yeah, that was on a quarterback sneak again. That's the 2nd time he's done that.
It was Gibson,
10 yards.
And it looks like he was close to being down when he lost the football, if you look at the live stream. Goodness, wow. Well, wow, that's huge.
Yeah.
1st and 10 Grizzlies at the Vikings 26. Wyrick, 3 backs behind him. Here's the snap, the give to Tayton Claiborne. Kind of drills his way forward for a good gain of 4. 2nd down and 6.
Take 4 every time.
Up the middle, picks up about 5 yards.
Halftime score.
Made by number 59, Jeremiah Lang.
Chanute leads Coffeyville 42-0 at halftime.
Yeah, Coffeyville took it on the chin last week, too. Wasn't it like 60-3 or so?
I did not see that score last week.
I forget who came into town, but I'm sure I'm right on that. They got just had a tough game, I'll say that.
2nd down and 6 for the Grizzlies. 3:45 in a quick 3rd quarter. Wyrick, handoff again. Fields right side.
There you go.
Looks to slip in a little bit of a gap and gets the 1st down as he got past that front level of defense, as that front portion of guys has stopped us in a lot of runs, but he was able to get by them and gain an extra 5.
Yeah, and this is where, of course, the closer you get, defenses become more and more goal line oriented. They tighten their stances. Linebackers cheat up. Cornerbacks cheat up. Your safeties are tighter. They almost become a linebacker. So it can become tougher and tougher to run inside. I mean, your line has to do their job, or you do a play action quarterback boot around the end or some form like that. So we'll see what Argabright dials up here. We got a timeout, actually.
A Viking is tying his shoelace down there on the field. Gave him a moment to do that. 3:30 and counting down, 3rd quarter. Labette County still up that score, 13-12. Looking for more. 1st and 10 at the 15 of Winfield. Kagan Bates around the left end. Pushed, and down he goes. After a gain of 0, maybe a loss of 1, if anything. So 2nd down and 10, we'll call it. 3 minutes, 3rd quarter.
Yeah, don't want to keep beating this dead horse here, but this is our third or fourth time down into within about 10 yards of scoring inside the red zone for sure. So
turned it over last time we were down here.
Yeah, so we're it's our turn to have something good happen down here, and it starts inside out. So we need our line to really get off the ball and just maintain good composure, good discipline, and let's get this punched in here.
A lead of 7 or 8 in this game feels like 15. Wyrick pass play to the right, caught, wide open, leading, scoring. Nolan Nash, touchdown, Labette County. Wyrick to Nolan.
Yeah, that's big. That just really takes the monkey off your back. Aaron threw a good ball. It's a good catch by Nolan again. And, yeah, big here.
That was huge. 19-12 the score as Coach Argerbright was barking for Mason Hoppus to come over to him from the sideline. Mason ran over to him, and they said something, and now Hoppus is on the field. So we'll see maybe what kind of package Coach Argerbright has here as Labette County can go up 2 scores here if they convert a 2-point conversion.
Timeout, Winfield.
Yep.
And 2 scores in this game feels like a lot. And mind you, timeout Winfield here, and mind you that was a long drive. Well, I guess the one before that, because we just got a turnover. But the drive before that for Labette County took off a lot of time. There's 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third quarter.
Yeah.
And if we get the 2-point conversion, Winfield has to score twice.
That's exactly what happens when you're able to effectively run the ball. The clock runs constantly. You wear them down. The offense stands over there and gets kind of cold, kind of loses their mojo. And so I'm telling you, a good run game, in my opinion, is super effective in football. And, you know, years ago, that's what everyone did. Everyone ran the ball and then kind of did some sprint-out passes or whatnot. And across the nation, that's kind of changed. But now I'm seeing more and more teams kind of go back to that. So it's just funny how history kind of cycles back in different sports.
Did they wear leather helmets when you played? Sorry.
Ever since that kerfluffle joke, I knew you were going to get even with me.
I couldn't remember. I knew it was close.
You think I got this handsome with a leather helmet? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, boy. Hey, this is a big 2-point conversion here if Labette County can get it. Wyrick under center. Inside, give to Michael Reed. Oh, boy, it's stuffed. A huge dog pile is moving. Did not get it. So the score remains Labette County 19, Winfield 12. As at the high school level, in games like this where scoring is a premium, something like that can change the outcome. We'll see. Labette County up 7. We'll take a 1-minute break on KLKC.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I want to make a T-Mobile announcement.
Hi, I'm Shelby, one of the pharmacists at Bowen Pharmacy. Not only do we keep you up to date on your COVID and flu vaccines, but we also offer pneumonia, shingles, hepatitis, meningitis, tetanus, and whooping cough vaccines. Based on the latest CDC guidelines, we can recommend the vaccines to keep you and your family healthy. Thank you for always choosing Bowen Pharmacy. We're here today and we'll be here tomorrow.
Discover what you've been missing in Parsons, Kansas. Curious Minds Discovery Zone, a children's museum that inspires a love of learning, with hands-on exhibits for all ages to imagine, create, learn, and discover. Kids enjoy looking through microscopes, building on our magnetic ball run wall, creative play in our doctor's office or grocery store, and lots more. Discover, explore, Parsons, Kansas.
Labette County set to kick the football off, and that's always a good sign. That means we scored. Labette County up 19-12 on Winfield, looking to start the season 2-0. For the first time as I looked back, which was as far as 2008 and beyond. Would be a great start to what is expected to be a great season for this Labette County squad. That kick might go out of bounds, and it does, which will result
The kick goes out of bounds.
in a flag being thrown, and the ball will come out to what, 35, 40-yard line for Winfield?
Something like that. Yeah, I'm slowly learning some of the high school rules and how they differ from the college and pro level. Speaking of college and pro level, I'm glad we still kick off.
Oh, man.
Hopefully that doesn't ever change.
It's getting close.
Okay, they'll move us back 5 yards and we'll re-kick.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Okay, so I'm assuming that's an option that Coach Lewis for Winfield was given. Do you want the ball to be at the I think it's the 35, somewhere in there. Do you want the ball to be at the 35 or have Labette County re-kick? And he went with re-kick.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah. Either the 35 or where the ball went out of bounds. It would be one of those two.
Yep.
So
okay, so Nolan Nash tees the ball up and is set to kick it off again left to right. Winfield will have the ball and move it south to north here in Altamont, Kansas. Not much breeze here on a more warm, humid September night. Both of those things opposite of last week's game at Parsons, where Labette County won 26-6. Low line drive, good kick by Nash. Picked up at the 15-yard line on the far side of the field by Dane Chatham. He'll shed some tacklers, and he'll break free. Left side, and trying to cut him off from the interior, and missing on the diving tackle was Labette County's Logan Jenkins, and Chatham with an 80-yard touchdown, return touchdown, and it is 19-18. Labette County's going to have to hold a two-point conversion here to keep a lead.
Yeah, I mean, those things happen, but you talk about knocking the wind out of your socks. To work so hard for a score and then to feel like you give one to them, and an 80-yard return. So, okay, that's where you have to just take a big gulp. You have to just pretend that didn't happen. You can't let that linger, and get your defense out there and stop this. We're still ahead. If the game were over, we win. We're up 1 point, and so we need to stop this two-point conversion here.
I just had to talk about how scoring was at a premium tonight, didn't I? Kellen Gibson under center. Two-point conversion to give Winfield a 1 point lead. He'll drop straight back. He'll look to rush, and he will get in. And the Vikings go up 20-19 after an 80-yard touchdown return on the kickoff by Dane Chatham. And a Grizzly might be down right now out there at the goal line with hopefully just cramps. I cannot tell from this angle who it is. One of Labette County's defensive backs, it appears. Tell you what, let's step aside for 1 minute and we'll get an identification on the Grizzly and give you a health update in about a minute on KLKC.
My name is Bria and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
Welcome back, Grizzly fans, and, well, in a game in which it feels like your Grizzlies have been in control for the most part. You look up, and now we're down 1 point to Winfield with 2:20 left in the third quarter, so still tons of time remains. But at some point now, the Grizzly offense has to find the end zone. I don't know if we'll kick a field goal, so...
Yeah,
now with an offense that's had a great drive the last drive, but now you got to do it again.
Yeah, that's every phase of the game matters. Special teams, it's so easy to overlook that because I bet our offensive yards total tonight are 400 to 150 or whatever, and yet they're ahead by 1 point.
Kick goes over the head of Kagan Bates, the deep man, and it tumbles into the end zone. And I think it just shows at the high school level the amount of weight that even a 1-point lead holds. Because at the NFL level or collegiate level, the offense just needs to get to the 35 or 40 to win.
Yeah,
in high school, you got to score a touchdown. Some teams.
Yeah, most generally.
Some teams.
And so, well, let's do just that then. I mean, we got tons of time left here. We've been moving the ball. Now we have a little bit of urgency. I mean, we're a point down, so.
Yep, this is good for us. You were talking about that earlier. But to play a team that we've gotten word from, well, our very own Quentin Wybera on YouTube.
Yes.
You know Quentin. His dad was my teacher in high school, Mr. Wybera, commented and said, looks like we're 1-4 all time against Winfield. So perhaps maybe pick up our second win tonight against the Vikings. And so thanks for that, Quentin. He says 67 and 127 is the score discrepancy in those 5 games. So some in-depth research going on.
Glad he doesn't live in town. He'd be doing my job right now, actually.
Wyrick, play action rollout to the left. He is sacked. Loss of about 5-6 on the play, and now the pressure begins to mount. A lot of time, but that pressure does begin to raise its head because Winfield has some pep in that step.
Yeah, that's what happens. So, we're going to have to regain that. They're not going to give it to us, and we're going to have to be careful, not to kind of get on our heels. We have to continue to lean into it, stay aggressive, and go at them.
2nd down and 15 with under 2 minutes to play now in quarter number 3 here at home in the Grizzlies' home opener at Lucas Field. Got the best of Parsons by 20 points last week on the road. Now down a point in a game where it feels like we have control. Back-to-back passes here, and catching it all the way with a knee on the ground is...
Couldn't tell.
Kagan Bates, I believe, and that'll back us up 3 or 4 yards. So back-to-back passes. Now it's 3rd and 20 after no penalties, just 2 poor plays.
Yeah, just kind of shooting ourselves in the foot right now. And I'll see what Coach Argerwright does. I would caution probably. I doubt we try to get it all back. I say maybe a screen or a draw, try to pick up 8 or 10 or 6 and punt it, and just kind of maintain good field position as best we can.
3rd and 20. Wyrick's going to take a deep shot. There's a chance. Nolan Nash high points it, and there's a flag. It's going to be pass interference on Evan Hutto, and that is one of the 2 positive outcomes of taking a deep shot.
Yeah.
If it isn't caught, maybe there will be a penalty. And on 3rd and 20, Labette County, now hold on, I'm assuming this is a first down, but at the high school level, sometimes those rules are different than you might think.
That's right.
Let's wait and see here. It might just be a 15-yard penalty and something like that. Let's wait and see here. But
then we'll see if we replay the down.
Right. Yeah, they're just going to step it off. So, it's going to be 3rd down and 5, which I agree a lot with the point you made last week. You could have 4th and 90, and if there's a pass interference, it's first down.
Yeah.
That rewards the defense too much. So the fact that it's 3rd and 5 rewards the offense too much. So the fact that it's 3rd and 5 just makes logical sense rather than first down. Wyrick, deep shot. Nolan Nash again overthrown, incomplete. This one not catchable by offense or defense. And it's 4th and 5. And on comes, it appears, the punt team. Big stop for Winfield.
Yeah, it looked like Nolan came back for that ball a little bit and didn't have to. I think he initially thought that ball was underthrown. I mean, of course, he did what was right. He thought he needed to come back and go get it. So 2 aggressive throws there. I mean, I respect it. So let's get a good punt here and get some good coverage, and got to play defense.
13 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Labette County on to punt the ball. Nolan Nash, the punter for the Grizzlies. And he'll kick one that comes to the right near the Grizzlies sideline. Kind of came off the side of his foot. Might have been just worth going for it at that point, as that's going to give Winfield the ball at about our 40-yard line.
Yeah, shanked a little bit off his foot, so
goes to the Labette County
42.
Looks like the 42-yard line is where they are going to spot it. So,
well,
we have a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Labette County trails Winfield by 1 point, 19-20.
I'm going to sound like a repeat here, but just like that two-point conversion, that quarterback pretended to sprint out. When he has the ball, he's looking to run. It looks like he's setting up for a sprint-out pass. That's not what's going on.
That was Camden Good on the punt, not Nolan. Here's a run up the middle for Winfield, gain of 6. A different runner here, Elijah Bergensen. And now it feels like Winfield has the expectation of scoring when they get the ball. It's slowly been just switched a little in Winfield's favor. But
well, I mean, and it took a big flip on that 80-yard kickoff return.
Oh, yeah.
We had basically the momentum, and that was just a killer.
That's
so,
the end of 3 quarters from Lucas Field. Grizzlies trail Winfield 20-19. Don't go anywhere. It's a dandy here in week 2 of the football season. 1 minute break on KLKC Parsons.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
Winfield threatening to score here as we come back from the commercial break, and all the way down to inside the 5 goes Dane Chatham. This game has all of a sudden a very, very not great feeling about it, as Winfield is the team shoving it down our throats offensively now.
Yeah, that didn't look like the same defense tackling right there. It's just crazy how momentum can shift in sports, and so right now we have to dig down, make something good happen.
Winfield inside the 5 at the 4. Gibson under center, and he's ripped to the ground like a rag doll. Michael Reed whips Spencer Lowe to the ground, and that's huge, and here's why. It's a loss of like 3 yards, so instead of second and goal from the 4, you have second and goal from out by that 8-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, just something like that. Somebody stepping up, making a play. Now someone has to do it again, maybe him. But you have to be the one to decide you're going to make the play here.
And you get a stop here. That's huge. Gibson under center. 3 backs lined up behind him in a row. Toss play to the left. Labette County looking to close in, leaning forward, and short of the goal line is the running back. And Chatham on the carry again for the Vikings. So it's 3rd down and goal from what, the 3-yard line or so?
It's hard to tell, isn't it?
So now, with 10 minutes to play in the game, Labette County trails 20-19, and it's 3rd and goal from the 3 for the visitors.
3rd and goal on the 3-yard line.
Labette County in their home black uniforms and red helmets. Winfield in white uniforms and blue helmets. Gibson under center, 3rd and 3 from the 3. Quarterback sneak, pushing, and they are marking him short. 4th and goal from the 1-yard line. 9:30 to play. Labette County down 1 point. 4th and goal from the 1. Have to imagine if I was Coach Lewis, I would have just ran a hurry-up offense and ran that play one more time.
I guarantee you Gibson's going to have something to do with it. It's either going to be quarterback sneak or a fake handoff at him around the corner. I mean,
I'm going to guess quarterback sneak up the middle here. Gibson under center is going to snap it. Quarterback sneak, he's hit hard. I don't think he got it. He's pushing, and he is short. Wow. What a stop by the Labette County front 7. Argabrites fired up. Grizzly Nation's fired up. Wow. What a stand for the Grizzly defense.
Yeah, that's exactly what we needed. Making sure we don't have a player down out there. Can't tell. Now, my mind goes straight to our offense. We're going to have our quarterback in the end zone. Yeah, so we're going to have to run a quarterback sneak or something, a time or two ourselves. Or, something gutsy than that, fake the dive and maybe try to get on the edge, with a quick pitch.
Injured Viking cramping in the end zone, it appears. Let's go ahead and step aside for, well, hold on.
He's on oxygen at this time, but his levels are stable.
Okay, all right. So we did just get word from Randy Blackwell, the public address announcer here at the stadium. He said Barrett Heston, who was escorted off the field earlier, is on oxygen and is stable. I know that he has had, I believe it's kind of an asthma problem historically, and so perhaps that hit him pretty hard earlier. I did not want to assume that's what it was earlier and be wrong, but that was my guess. And so we certainly have all of our thoughts and prayers towards Barrett Heston, who did just looked really limp earlier and couldn't really move on his own. And so, boy, really hope Barrett's okay. So Winfield 20, Labette County 19. Grizzly defense just got a huge stop at the 1-yard line, and now their offense is going to have it where? At the 1-yard line. But hey, what a good defensive stand it was, though. And you're only down 1, whereas if Winfield scored, Dad, and got the 2-point conversion, now you're down 2 scores.
Yeah, we had to have that, to have a prayer in this game. So, here we go. We just have to chip away at it. Occasionally when you're down like this, if a runner, for whatever reason, can break that first line of containment, you can really bolt for some yardage. But I'm just hoping to get out of the end zone, because I'm sure they're going to be really packing tight as Winfield.
Wyrick is under center with Fields behind him, and the ball is snapped, and it looks like a quarterback sneak is the effort to try to give us some breathing room, and he'll gain just about a yard. Where do you shift the focus from let's get out of here to let's go score?
Yeah, that's just it. Then this is really to do that, you maybe line up in an I and run a fullback and fake the handoff, and either do just like an option pitch to your tailback and hope he can break containment. Because, it's tough to run right up the middle because the defense is expecting something right up the middle. So everyone's packed tight. And if you're super gutsy, you try to throw.
Sometimes the biggest plays happen whenever you're really backed up. Handoff up the middle. There you go. Good call, Dad. Deontay Fields into the shallow secondary, out to the 21-yard line. Just a simple run up the middle and about a 20-yard carry for Deontay Fields under 8 minutes to play.
Yeah, I mean, that had to have been good blocking and, of course, good running. He saw the hole, the seam, and just hit it quickly. So, boy, now you feel like you can at least breathe here.
20-yard line will be 1st and 10, Grizzlies.
When Labette County's offense has been effective, they've been able to run the ball. On the last possession, which was not a good one, it was all passes. Not to say it's bad, but a good run game helps the pass. Fields to the right. Gained about 4 yards before he had his legs swept out from under him. 2nd down and 5. They give him a gain of 5 on the play.
Yeah, we'll take that. And, now we're playing with some urgency. We know this is, it's 4 downs. We're not punting anything. Well, I shouldn't say that. I assume we're going to be just going to win this ball game without thinking we're going to punt it and then have to hold them. And so this is kind of where teams play with a different mentality when they feel like, your back's to the wall. This is do or die type thing. So this hopefully will rise to the occasion and march this thing down the field here.
No receivers out wide. T formation. Claiborne, Fields, and Bates behind Wyrick, but it is a pass. Not much is there. Back shoulder throw for Wyrick. It was a dandy! Wow. And what a catch by Nolan Nash! Wyrick rolling to his left, threw awkwardly back across his body and found his buddy across midfield. That was a great play by Wyrick to Nolan Nash.
Boy, it sure was, and it happened right here in front of us. What a catch. That defender was really guarded pretty well. I don't think he saw the ball, but Nolan had hands in his face and body against him and caught it and then got hit. So
wow,
that's impressive.
That is so good. And to have no receivers out wide pre-snap, Winfield definitely thought that was going to be a run. Wyrick, handoff, Fields, left side, runs in to two defenders and uses that momentum to get across the 40 to the 38, gain of 7. I like it right here. 6 minutes left in the game. Labette County down 1 point.
Yeah, some really good play calling in my opinion. He's mixed it up well, and the kids have responded, and I'm slowly feeling this momentum switch again. It's just amazing to me in sports how quickly that can happen for a team.
Can't turn it over. Ball security is going to be huge here. Wyrick, quarterback sneak, turned into kind of a quarterback draw. Gain of about 7, first down to the 31-yard line. As usually a quarterback sneak, you kind of army crawl on the ground, but he was able to just run.
Sometimes quarterbacks are given an automatic audible, and if you get up there and there's no nose guard and you see a 2 or 3 yard gap between you and the linebacker, we used to just slap the center on the butt basically, and that was kind of our key, and he'd snap it and we'd just all go forward. And so he picked up 4 or 5 because there was no resistance up tight there.
1st and 10. Labette County with the ball at the Viking 31. Wyrick, left hand give, Fields, lot of room, left hand sideline, sheds a tackler on his feet, tight rope blocking, and Walinda's all his way down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. 5 minutes to play in the game. The run game is back for Labette County.
Yeah. So here we go, something good happened, but we have to complete the deal. We can't settle on that with high fives. We got 8 yards to go. It'll be tough 8 yards. So
yeah, this is where it gets almost more difficult to score.
It is. And again, it just compresses the field down. So, and the defense you watch, they'll pack tight. Linebackers almost get a yard off the ball, so you just have to outgrunt them here.
Wyrick under center, 1st and goal. Wyrick pushing, shoving, secondary, touchdown! Labette County snatches back a lead, one in which they've had about all game long. Got a defensive stand on the 1-yard line and then grinds it 99 yards into the painted area to put 6 more on the scoreboard and go up 25-20 with under 5 minutes to play.
That was
what a huge flip.
Better drives I've seen. We're on the 1-yard line or less, and to go that far with that many play calls, just some runs and a pass, the quarterback sneak, just really mixed up the sets to make something look different than it really was. It's the same play they ran earlier, just out of a different set. So
big 2-point conversion here to go up 7. Wyrick, left hand give, Fields lowers his head, pushes, you betcha! 27-20. Labette County up 7 with under 5 minutes to play. You have to imagine if Winfield scores, they're going to go for 2 anyways, but we don't want to get to that point at all. How about that?
Yeah.
What oh my goodness. Winfield was it 1st and goal or 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line? It was one of them.
Yeah, and then we got a good tackle and set him back 3 yards by Michael. So, this is where you get your, for one, you get your kick team together.
Yes.
And all 11 men, you just make sure there is no way this guy gets this ball ran back. You're going to make the tackle type thing. And then your defense is huddled up over here saying, we're going to go out. So it really becomes this Army battle cry here. It has to work. It has to happen. And that has to be the mentality and the expectation is to win this football game.
What a quality Friday night Southeast Kansas football game.
Yeah.
27-20. Leads have changed 2-3 times. Scoring has came in runs. A couple turnovers from each team. An 80-yard kickoff return by Winfield. Some exciting. It's really been a nice packaged football game. Here,
Yep.
two good teams that are pretty close to each other. I'd say Labette County is a little bit better right now, but let's see if we can hold this out. Up by 7 with 5 minutes to play in the game. What a good game.
Yeah, for sure it is. So, gosh, got kind of a little butterfly in my stomach here, just, wanting this to go how I see it going in my mind. 4:56 left. Gosh, now we've got kind of the pep in our step, and Winfield seems to be standing. So big kickoff here. Let's start with this.
Coach Argabright is so much like myself. He has walked up and down this coach's box more times than I can't even think of a good joke. But if he has an Apple Watch, it is probably broken. Nolan Nash with a low line kick. And a whistle after the kick before it was even caught. And Coach Argabright interlocks his fingers and puts them on top of his head. And so that doesn't look like a good sign from our head coach, but we'll see.
Oh, yeah, it has to be us crossing the line before we kick the ball.
Okay.
When the flags
Leette
were.
County has been penalized for being offsides
Yep,
on the kickoff.
offsides on the kickoff. So now Nolan will put the ball on the tee and kick off from the 35 instead of the 40.
Another kick.
And so, I know you've always been a proponent of really trying to make sure your special teams is as crisp as can be, because big swings happen on special teams.
Yeah. What I think happened there is we were so pumped. That's not excusable. You got to be disciplined. But we just got too antsy. So, but cost us 5 yards, so let's go make it up here.
Nash approaches the pigskin, puts his right foot on it, pooches one. Pretty good kick, though, out to the 25. Left to right, here comes Hutto. Hutto up the middle, brought down near midfield at the 47.
Okay, this is where I take my two best players and say follow number 7 everywhere. That's your assignment. You can just bet that their quarterback will be behind every play. It'll look like a pitch. It'll look like a sprint out pass. It's not. It's going to be number 7 most likely engaged in every play this next 4 minutes.
And that's number 7, Kellen Gibson, their quarterback. He's in the gun. 2 receivers right, 2 left. A halfback to his left, that's Chatham. Handoff to Chatham. Lot of room right. What a good tackle. Kagan Bates, shoelace stripper at the 50-yard line. As, man, if Kagan Bates didn't make that tackle, Chatham was maybe off to the races.
Yeah, he certainly would have picked up another 6-8 probably. So, yeah. Second down here. We need defensive linemen to penetrate, get a loss here. So just every play is so important.
2nd and 5. Labette County playing defense, facing right to left. Winfield looking to push it left to right as I view the field. Gibson takes the snap, rolls out left, looking to square his body and whip the pigskin. He'll do so, and it is in and out of the hands of Eli Tagg. Really athletic throw and a nice one by Gibson, but a little too hot maybe for Tagg to handle. 3rd and 5, 4 minutes left in the game.
But that's what we need to happen. He tried to sucker us, did Gibson at quarterback. He tried to penetrate inside, and normally that'll cause a cornerback who's containing to suck in, and then he was going to run around the edge. I saw him try that, but we maintained discipline, and then he threw a good ball, and the receiver dropped it. So that's what I'm saying. If we're going to get beat, let's make other people beat us, not number 7.
Stay tuned for our Bowen Pharmacy postgame show where we will hear from head coach Bradley Argabright. Gibson takes the snap on 3rd and 5, rolls out, throws, catches it, 2 flags fly, and it's a first down for Winfield, caught by Hutto for a gain of about 23 yards. As the flags were thrown at the line of scrimmage, usually a good sign for the defense, and it is holding on Winfield with 3:50 left in the game. That play was on 3rd and 5, and the holding will back them up 10 yards. So it will be 3rd and 15 from their own 41-yard line for the visitors from Winfield.
Yeah, how big was that?
Yeah.
Wow. It's going to be 3rd down and about 16.
But just like we said about us earlier, of course, the same with Winfield. It's 4-down territory everywhere, so this is a big play here. I mean, they're capable of picking up 10, 15 on this play, so we need to shut it down and get set, do our jobs.
Mikey Hayward, linebacker coach, barking at his linebackers. Pre-snap penalty again, and it is going to be, oh boy, wow. Winfield had a fella real offsides here. False start on the Vikings. So 3rd and 20 here. Now here is where I'm not saying blitz, but sometimes the defense can sit back on the sticks, and the next thing you know, you're too preventative, and Winfield's got a 4th and manageable a play later. So maybe find kind of that balance of send 4 or 5 guys, but also still play aggressive.
Yeah, I've never liked prevent defense. It's just a gift. Yeah, keep the pressure on. I mean, of course, you want to keep a safety deep or whatever, but force the quarterback to make a decision quick. Don't give him time to just study stuff.
3rd and 20. This game's far from over. Winfield still has 2 timeouts. Here's a trick play. A pass, and then another pass. Underthrown. Intercepted. Intercepted. Coming to the near side and then wrapped around the ankles. Deontay Fields on the INT.
Leette County will take over on their own 40-yard line.
It was a trick play. Gibson threw it to the left backwards to Carson Meeker, and Meeker tried to throw it deep. Labette County didn't bite. It was underthrown and picked by Deontay Fields. Led the team in interceptions last year.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to study here to see how many timeouts Winfield has and where
2.
we're at.
They have 2 timeouts, Winfield.
We need to plan on, for sure, getting the first down. I mean, can't be conservative here. I mean, conservative play calling, most likely, but Winfield's going to be keen on every handoff, so we might even see a fake handoff and a boot or something, but we got to get a first.
Hand off to Fields, who just got the interception, and he's swallowed by the monster Braden Sutton, 220, 6'3" defensive tackle. And Deontay's gotten a lot of volume tonight. Timeout Winfield with 3:30 left in the game. Let's take a quick 30-second break to pay some bills with advertisements here on KLKC.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Krause in the House gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at KLKCRadio.com.
One of the better ball games I can remember calling on the air has taken place tonight. Labette County leads Winfield 27-20 here in their home opener, looking to start the season 2-0 for the first time since the 2003 fall season. 2nd down and 10 after the run for no gain. Here's a pass play. Wyrick drops back to pass, and it is in and out of the arms of Nolan Nash, and that stops the clock. So Coach Lewis does not have to burn another Winfield timeout. So it's 3rd and 10. Winfield has 1 timeout remaining. Now you're at that part where does running it do anything? You might as well just pass on 3rd and 10 now.
Well, we'll see. I mean, he'll do what he thinks is best, and had that been completed, we would have been raw on it.
Oh, I'm not upset with it.
No, I'm with you. I admire his ability to look at what does the defense least expect, and that was what they least expected. So that was the right mindset. If we
I just don't really know what running benefits here, because they're going to have time whether or not we pass or run here. And they are going to pass. Wyrick looks left, throws left, caught by Nash, looks to turn across midfield. He might have gotten the nose of the ball across the first down line. What an effort by Nolan Nash. I think that moves the sticks for the Grizzlies if they place it where they're standing, and that's what they're supposed to do. Let's see.
That's got to be a first.
First down, Grizzlies. Oh, my goodness. Nolan Nash has came in clutch tonight. With 3:15 left, it's still not over. Coach Lewis has one timeout, but what a huge play. And they did pass it. They did pass it. I mean, running did not benefit much there.
Yeah,
what a great effort.
Yeah, good throw, good catch, good call. Again, it's not every coach would have done that. It's awful easy to say don't throw it. Now, who would do that?
Yep.
And so I appreciate Coach Argerbright for staying aggressive and giving us a chance here.
Now you run. Here goes Wyrick up the middle on the keeper. Gain of 2. Timeout, Coach Lewis. So second down and 8 coming up. 2:47 on the clock. Winfield now out of timeouts.
Yeah, now you have a defense that in the back of their minds thinking this team will throw the ball in this situation. And so overcommit if you want. And
especially if we get a third down here in a second, or a fourth probably.
Yeah, just be interesting to see how this plays out. So
really nice game. It was Labette, and we'll recap in the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show, but Labette County came out firing and went up 13-0 quickly. Winfield replied with 12 straight points of their own to make it 13-12 going into halftime. Then Labette County scores on a drive late third quarter to go up 19-12. Then Winfield makes their way down the field on a kickoff return touchdown, gets the 2-point conversion to go up 1 point, and then they almost scored again on the 1-yard line, but Labette County got a defensive stand and then drove 99 yards pretty much to go up 27-20. So a lot of page flipping the momentum had to do tonight. Here we are, though. Labette County up 7 with the ball, 2nd and 8 at midfield. Wyrick hands it off to Fields, gets across the first level of defense, plows forward.
Wow.
First down, Grizzlies. Perhaps a game-sealing first down run by Deontay Fields. It'll be real close. Maybe one more first down, maybe. But what a huge pop of the balloon that was by Deontay Fields.
Yeah, no kidding. Of course, it's hard to tell when the scrum happens, but our line had to have done a great job. But I know, boy, Deontay just kept churning. So, yeah, that's can't really do the math in my head. Maybe Quentin can text it to me. But that might just do it. But another first wouldn't hurt anybody's feelings.
Yeah, Quentin, if you're still watching, I need you to reverse the video and give us a % chance that each team had to win during each increment of the game. There were a lot of swings in this contest, so I'm going to need a percentage breakdown on win percentage throughout this one. Gain of 4 on a run up the middle for Labette County, under 2 minutes to play. Winfield has no timeouts. They cannot stop the clock. It's 2nd and 7 for Labette County.
Down to 1:40 here. Labette County has 14 seconds to get the snap off, so obviously Wyrick's going to wait till about 2 to even get it off here. So,
yeah, they're pretty much going to be able to win this thing here. Aaron Wyrick on a quarterback sneak gets to the 31.
Aaron Wyrick on a quarterback.
Yeah, I think that will probably do it, unless we fumble. I always want to just let people know it's not just over, but.
Looks like it's going to be 3rd down and 2.
So 3rd and 2 for Labette County at the Viking 31 with 1 minute left, and they don't have to snap it for 20 more seconds. So it certainly looks unbelievably favorable for your Grizzlies here, as Jamal Jackson, who is enduring a knee injury, is on the field here to maybe run this one play here as he hypes up the crowd. One of the best kids you will ever meet in your life, Jamal Jackson. Love that kid. Great running back, as he will kind of be a safety net while his quarterback, Aaron Wyrick, keeps the quarterback sneak up the middle. First down, Grizzlies, and that will do it here in Altamont. 30 seconds on the clock. It stops to reset the first down markers, and now it begins to run, and it'll melt away victorious for Labette County, and they will start 2-0 if the research from our fans is correct. For the first time in about 20 years, we'll start the season 2-0. And it was a win against a good football team tonight, one in which we've struggled against, the Winfield Vikings. What a really quality win for the Grizzlies tonight. And the way they had to do it made it extra special.
Yeah, it sure did. These are the kind of games that help you down the road when you've been there, done that, and you're down in the game. And it's so easy sometimes to just say, well, here we go again. But now the expectation is to get the ball and go 99 yards and win this thing. So, yeah.
That was so impressive. Down a point, got to stop at the 1 yard line and went 99 yards on your own to go win the game. That was, I think, more impressive than we realized in the moment, to be honest. But we look forward to hearing from Coach Bradley Argabright here in the postgame show before long. But your final score, what a great game. Labette County 27, Winfield 20. 2-0 are your Labette County Grizzlies as they look to knock off a team in which they, I don't know, have ever beaten, at least in a recent era. The Pittsburgh Purple Dragons will come to town next week. So come out if you can, or tune in if you can't, and watch another great game next week against a good quality opponent. Let's step aside for 3 minutes and come back with the Bowen Pharmacy post-game show.
Thank you all for coming.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
one of the better ball games we've seen played on this field in quite some time just finished up, and it was your Grizzlies coming out on top victorious 27-20 over the Winfield Vikings. Labette County starts the season 2-0. Still haven't started league play, so still a lot of work to be done within the SEK conference games, but what other way would you want to start other than 2-0? So this is a Grizzly team that I can tell you will be able to hold their own against anybody they play this year, and that game had about everything you could ask for all the way down to the finish. Just a really fun contest.
Yeah, it did. It did have it all. I can't keep it all straight, but, we come out and go up big early, and it feels like, okay, we're going to rock and roll with this, and then, gosh, Winfield battles back, and then we have a fumble, and, it looks like we're going to score in an interception type thing. So, gosh, I can't even go through all of the elements of it, but kind of like a movie, It came down to where we had to go 99 yards, and we did, and then we had to try to stall but not stall, so we threw the ball, and a couple of, the play calling, I loved it, was aggressive all the way to the end, and that's so hard to do as a coach, because if it doesn't work, people say, wait a minute, you really tried that then? But it was the right thing to do. That's having confidence in your kids, in your program, in your coaching style, and I'm telling you, that stuff goes a long way.
Yeah.
Both sides buy into that mentality, and so, really impressive. It looked really, really good, I thought, tonight.
Before we continue deeper into the Bowen Pharmacy post-game show, we'd like to thank our other sponsors for allowing our broadcast to take place. That would be Labette Health, the Bartlett Co-op, Labette Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Ray, Wood Insurance Center, Labette Community College, Tank Connection, SEK Orthopedics, Doctors Mosier and Meister, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, USD 506, the Corner Store of Altamont, Elm Haven Nursing Home and Woodridge Estates, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, as well as Community National Bank. We will hear from head coach Bradley Argabright here before long. Again, this is the Bowen Pharmacy post-game show, as here comes Coach. But the moment I'm excited to ask him about, it still always felt like it was Labette County's game to lose, and I believe that the whole way through. But Winfield had the ball up by 1 with 8 minutes left on our 1 yard line. And 4 or 5 minutes later, we're up 7.
Yeah.
I mean, that was huge. So here comes Coach Argabright. Let's step aside for 1 minute and come back with the head man on KLKC. Welcome in, Grizzly fans, to the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show of Labette County Grizzly football. Grizzlies win it 27-20 over the Winfield Vikings. Start the season 2-0 for the first time in 22 seasons. Joined now by head coach Bradley Argabright of those victorious Grizzlies. Coach, opening thoughts. Great win tonight.
I can't say enough about the hard work we showed tonight. On our shirts it says 48 minutes for a lifetime of memories, and it took all 48 tonight. So We don't just put that on shirts for no reason. Football is a demanding game, physical game, and the way that we want to play, it's going to be very physical. So I can't say enough of, I know we're going to get into the details here in a second, but, just the effort that we showed in the fourth quarter alone. Just really won it in the fourth quarter, and that's what we preach. So really excited for our guys to start 2-0. But we're going to get right back on the saddle tomorrow at 8 a.m. for film. So just really proud of the guys for the first note.
I think we can probably start with, the start. Got up 13-0 quite quickly. Then Winfield scored 12 unanswered, and then halftime came. Kind of a weird deal before half. But what did you see in that 13-0 start, and then Winfield kind of got it close at halftime?
We talked about limiting big plays. We started off with 2 big plays. We got a turnover there, and then we turned that into a great Nolan Nash catch that led us into our second touchdown. Deontay makes a great play on the first drive, but all that started with good field position. With us, we want to have good field position, and the last 2 games in the first half, our first quarters have been really, really good, with the exception of a couple plays. So, for us, it's just about having good field position, but, when they started going that run, they go on a 60-yard run. That's a big play. We have a fumble. They return it to the house for a touchdown. That's another big play. So, I thought our defense played really well other than a couple plays, but, for us, it was we just let them have too many big plays, and that kept them in the game. But, they're a good ball club, so we knew they were going to make plays, but we had to limit their big plays tonight.
And in the third quarter and just into the finishing sequence of that game, it always felt like from the jump going up 13-0, it was our game to lose. It still felt like we were in control throughout the whole game. But you look up, and then we're down 1, playing defense on the 1-yard line. And 4 minutes later, we're up 7.
Yeah.
I mean, Coach, that was so impressive. Walk me through that sequence.
Yeah, we had a bad sequence there at the end of the third quarter. We march down and we score a great drive. Nolan catches the ball and makes a great move and scores. We go for 2 to try to make it a 2-possession game. We kind of talked about it. 1 puts us up 8, where for sure you're going to have a tie, but we knew they'd go for 2. So, we trusted, Michael and our big boys. It just didn't go in. We missed by a foot. So, they returned the kickoff, and adversity strikes again. So, I think after that possession we had maybe either a turnover or I don't remember what happened after we either punted it. I think it was a bad punt. But they marched down and they get down, first and goal from the 5, and we stop them 4 plays in a row, and they get to the 1 and run twice, and we stop them. So Michael Reed had a huge play on first down there. But, I can't say enough about our defense and just anchoring down, getting that stop. And then for our offense, we tried to run a play and don't get very many yards, and, we thought we were going to be kind of in a bad spot, and Deontay goes for 17 yards and gets us out of the end zone. That was a huge play, just getting us some room to operate. And then Nolan Nash goes and makes a great catch on a great throw by Aaron Wyrick. Great throw. But, we just marched down the field. We stayed in the kind of the same things down the field. We ran sneak and we ran ISO. So, we got in something we liked. We were getting 5 yards a pop, and if we can do that, we're going to keep doing it down the field. So, I just can't say enough of the will in that last drive. I mean, Aaron scored 1st and 8 on a sneak. So I know our guys were working hard up front, and then we make a big play on a double pass. Cam and Deontay stay at home; they don't bite, and just play disciplined football. They knew the down and distance, and then finish the game out. So I can't say enough about those 2 sequences. That's what won the game. And fourth quarter you got to buckle down, and these guys did tonight.
Wyatt Kepley and Michael Reed have played quite well defensively for you. Wyatt's helped force a couple turnovers.
Yeah, he had a tip ball tonight, he told me. He came off and said, I had a tip ball tonight. And he goes, that was a pick. And I said, nice, you had a pick last week. So
yep, he did.
He's not really a defender on the pass, but, he's making big plays.
Yep.
Michael Reed is playing his tail off inside. He's a force. About every 3 plays, he's going to make a play.
Yeah.
And when he gets in shape here, I know he's playing both ways, but when he really gets in football shape here, he's going to be a force. So, that whole drive that we marched it down, we ran it behind him and Lucas. So, just really proud of both Wyatt and Michael. They're playing well. The whole line is really working hard for us, especially in practice. Justin Nash starts tonight. First start for him in his career. Never played football. And, just come out and played his butt off. We're going to go watch the film and see how it looked. But I know he worked hard and getting, down and ready and being ready to play. Ethan Cuddy comes in and plays some big reps. Never played football in the last couple of years. Gage Gatton had some reps. Jet Steeg comes in when Barrett gets hurt. Just guys stepping up all over the field. And I can't say enough of, having juniors and seniors, and, they know it's their time. And, it doesn't matter who's up next. We're going to have guys that are ready to play. So just really excited for all of our guys.
What was kind of the sideline like, and how proud were you of the response of the kids after it felt like it's our game, up 19-12, now you're down 1, backed up defensively? What was kind of the sideline like, and just getting through that? Why was it so good for these kids to play a game like this on September 12th and come out with the win?
Yeah, it's great for adversity. I talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
Having to face that adversity. You got the ball at your own 1 yard line, down 1. You got to go 99 yards to win the game. And we got the ball back, but that drive was huge.
Right.
But the whole time, they scored that kickoff. I remember walking down the sideline, and I've got guys behind me. Jamal, I can hear, and I know Jamal didn't play a whole lot tonight. But I've got guys like that, Kagan, older guys that are telling me on the sideline, "Hey, coach, don't worry, we got this. Don't worry, we got this. Next play." So the leadership of our sideline was just elite tonight.
Yeah.
I'm really proud
Love
of those
that.
guys. They just never said quit. They just never said, "Hey, we're not gonna win this game. We're gonna go make plays, and we're gonna buckle down right here." And but that all starts from our leadership and our captains.
I think there's so many great individuals you have. We could be here far too long probably than we should be, but I think that's what makes a good team.
Deontay had a great game. I'm just going to keep going.
Yeah.
Deontay had a great game. Really ran the ball hard. I'm really proud of him for stepping up at running back. I didn't get to talk about him last week. Had a huge kickoff return. Just playing really, really good football right now, especially at the corner spot. I know he gave one up last week, and I got to say that so he can hear it, so he gets a little bit more motivated. But he's been playing his butt off. I'm so proud of Deontay. Nolan Nash had some huge catches. He came in tonight and said, I don't know if I can catch the ball anymore. I didn't have a catch the other night, and I don't remember the last time I had one last year. And I said, you know what, just believe in yourself. We believe in you. You're a great athlete. You just got to believe in yourself. And he comes out and has huge catches tonight. Huge catches, hard catches. Just really proud of Nolan. Camden Good had played really good on corner over there. I talked about that double bubble earlier. Probably need to get the ball to Cam more. I know that's something that, he had a great catch last week. But he's just being a team player. He's working his tail off. He's doing whatever I ask him to do, whether that's blocking. I moved him to some tight end tonight. Just really excited about him. So, and then Aaron Wyrick. It all starts with the quarterback in our offense, and I'm asking a lot of him. He's played shotgun his whole career, and I'm asking him to go under center now. So, I'm proud of him for taking the coaching, taking the learning. Didn't throw the ball extremely well last week, but this week. And last week, I kind of threw a lot of just jump balls, thought we could beat the corners. So I kind of put him in a bad spot. So I'll take a couple of those reps. But today is bootleg. That pass he makes to Nolan on that, he steps back in the pocket, makes a really nice throw out of a rollout. Just playing really good football. And then I'm asking him to run sneaks and some counters, and we didn't run them much last week. But when the time's necessary and it's there, we're gonna try it. So. Just really proud of Aaron Wyrick tonight, leading our offense and being a complete team player, and also on defense. He's
That's
a
what I was
great
gonna
linebacker
say.
For us. He has never played defense before this year. He has in junior high. Don't get me wrong, but with Aaron, he's a wrestler, so we know he can tackle. He's a great wrestler. So just really excited about him and his game he's playing right now, and he's gonna have to lead us again next week.
It's kind of fun to see what. The result of what we knew these kids could be 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these kids have been playing on these nights since they were freshmen and sophomores.
Yeah.
And maybe got beat a little bit, and now they're the juniors. They're the seniors.
Yeah.
They're the maturity. They're the veterans. So fun to see.
Yeah.
And, Coach, we're proud of you. Happy for you.
Thank you. I'm proud of our kids. Proud of our coaches. Proud of our community and our kids, our student section. Just a really special night here in Labette County. I can tell people are starting to get invested, and we're thinking we can win now. It's not just maybe we can. We're starting to really believe it. So, I told the kids we've never beat Pittsburgh in our entire school history.
Yep.
So next week is a great goal.
Yep. Go get them, Coach. We'll have a good conversation next week.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for your coverage. Sorry to make it up last week, but go Grizzlies.
Thanks, Coach. What a great win. 27-20. Labette County wins it over Winfield. Starts the season 2-0. Hosts Pittsburgh next week before traveling to Wellington. Boy, not a whole lot to add to that. Great interview, Coach. Thanks for coming up and talking about the group. As that's what I think makes a good team, is whenever it's hard to find out what to talk about. For sometimes the conversation's easy because only one guy played good or things didn't go well, so what can we do right? But, man, it's hard to talk about individuals on a team because they're all so competitive. So looking forward to next week, a Pittsburgh team that, we've been told 100 times, they're down this year, and then they're really good. But maybe we'll see if we can't get the Purple Dragons next week here at home. It'll be tough for them to come in here to win.
Yeah, well, the mentality's changed, like Coach was saying. In just a couple of games, you can see this team's already looking, for ways to win ball games. So it'll be a lot of fun next week.
Looking forward to it. That'll do it for tonight's broadcast. Again, Labette County bests Winfield 27-20 and starts the season 2-0. Pregame show next week will start at 6:45 here at home in our game against Pittsburgh. Come out to Lucas Field if you can, and if you can't, you obviously know where to find us. Have a good night, everybody. Safe travels if you're driving, and as always, God bless.